Walking Blind is hosted by overly emotional dudes who overthink and overanalyze everything. Nothing the hosts say should be taken as medical advice or opinion. They're not professionals. They're about to make that very clear.
You were born in Orange County, right?
Yeah. I lived there for 3 years. And then Riverside.
You know, ever since you've gotten married to Jordan, more of that OC in you is coming out.
Yeah, I saw that hat for a second when I first came. I'm like, this Orange County motherfucker. Damn.
The looks I get from this hat are hilarious. Even just today at the Shea Brothers.
Dude, because I had the black one, and I wore it to 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
And even then, people were like, doing double takes, and then look at me.
I've had like friends say like, oh man, you know, red hats are ruined and shit. But like, one, I'm also like fuck, you know, just do what you want to do. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But you guys know like Aldo from like Human Garbage, SFE guy. You know, he's got criminalized merch, and he just made a Marlboro hat, just like red, just straight up, just old school red, all that. I'm like, I fucking need that. Like, that's awesome. Yeah.
That's like a dark red. It's not like a bright.
Yeah, but it's still just red and
Red with white letters on it.
Yeah,
It's close enough.
Yeah. You do it on purpose though.
Yeah.
You like the reaction.
You love it.
Fucking love it.
Just walking through LA with your white wife.
You're like, this is this brown guy.
I bought a shirt that has like on the back it's like a Nazi getting stomped out.
Mm-hmm.
And like the guy's just like this, and he's like has a like
a boot smashing him. I know.
it's a Vans, like these old school
no shit.
smashing them out. And I took it to work, and one of the guys was like, "Damn man, you really gonna wear that shirt like that?" I was like, "Why does it bother you?"
Yeah. Yeah, why does this bother you?
You offended?
They probably only saw the swastika.
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen the Yeezy merch?
That's so stupid.
Yo.
Just a straight swastika on a t-shirt.
What?
$75.
Oh, dude.
Is the like Justin sent it to me the other day. It was the only thing on Kanye's website after the Super Bowl ad that he did. Just a swastika on a shirt. I was like,
He's fucking
fuck?
wild.
He's
Wild boy.
Gourd, man.
But did you see the commercial that he did?
yeah. He's
No.
like, it's just him filming himself selfie mode on an iPhone. This is a Super Bowl commercial, and he's like, "Yo, it's your boy Yeezy. I spent all my money for this commercial on these teeth," and he has like a brand new like set of grills, and he's like, "So I'm doing another ad on an iPhone. Go to Yeezy.com," and then that fucking swastika shirt.
That's insane. And what the worst part about it is that like it's gonna be a topic that people don't stop talking about. So he's always gonna be a topic. You know, I do like some. I don't know why my brain's crazy. I do like fantasy finances sometimes.
Yes.
Like if I won this lotto ticket
Yeah.
and I would actually get X amount for this many years, but they tax it this much, and I'm like, how much could I? And next thing I know, 2 hours has gone by, and I haven't made any money, you know. And I just calculated all this shit in my head. I'm like, fuck, man, I could live off of this for X amount of time. And I'm like, dude, you could have focused on something completely productive. You know what I mean?
Dude, what's fucked up though is that like if you really look at like, okay, I won $1 billion in the lottery, right? Yeah. But then like you have to decide if you're gonna take the lump sum or if you're gonna take like the payment over time, which the payment over time is more money.
It's more money,
but the lump sum, you get everything now.
Yeah.
And then either way, then they tax the fuck out of you. But the taxes, from what I understand, even if you take the lump sum, which they are going to take a percentage out for the lump sum, you're still taxed on the billion, not the lump sum, because you still won $1 billion. So even though you're deciding to take the lump sum, your taxes on that $1 billion, and they're still going to.
That's some American shit, man.
Right?
Like, yeah.
What the fuck?
Every year you'll get taxed on it.
Yeah.
You have it.
Yep.
I was again looking into that. Why? Because no fucking reason. It's not like I won. I'm going to. But I was like, what if I took the annual? Because like I don't trust myself to manage $1 billion.
Yeah.
I don't trust myself to manage $1 million. Yeah. But that, you know, I can at least spend that in a year.
Right.
Just being an idiot. But I guess like you can actually put like a what's the word I'm looking for? But like if you pass away, you can hand out that X amount of years.
Put everything into a trust.
In trust, yeah.
But dude, there was a guy I think in the UK that won like something like $50 or $100 million lottery, like, and so he was a trash man beforehand, won this lottery, bought himself like all these fucking nice ass cars, mansions, parties, hookers, blow, drugs, everything like that. Yeah. And I think they said within a few years he was right back to taking out the trash. Right back to his old job because he had just blown all that fucking money.
It's kind of impressive though.
Yeah.
That's wild to
Yeah.
spend that much money.
Like think about like just the never-ending bacchanal of like how much cocaine can you do? Like, you know, the next day you really wanted to do it, you know, it's like damn.
But to me, I guess like my mindset is like I like cool shit. Like I'd probably buy a bunch of Harleys, some like cool ass cars, you know, whatever. But like,
Yeah.
that's not $1 billion.
Yeah,
Right.
no.
Like, okay, let me buy a house to put all this shit in. Then what? Like, how do you spend that much money?
Let me buy everybody a house. You still got money.
I get you have to imagine that like you say you're a certain way, but you don't have that money.
Yeah, you don't know.
As soon as
until
you
it's
have
there.
an endless supply of income, you're a good different person.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm just thinking like, what would I do with 6 cars? Like I'm just gonna drive one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look at the other ones like cool, like they're there collecting dust.
One for every day of the week.
The only way anyone would ever know that I came up on money is if they realize that I'm having sushi more than a couple times a week.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Mike Perez's Raccoon Rescue opens up.
Oh,
Raccoon Sanctuary.
it'd be amazing. Dude, my brother just sent me a raccoon. That's actually like a couple months ago. He does. He's a horror illustrator. He's actually Andy Siasco art. And he goes and does all those like oddities conventions, things like that.
Oh yeah, oddities and curiosities.
Yeah, he does that. He does a couple other ones, but there's a table that's there that always does like crazy taxidermy. Obviously like legally sourced shit. You know, it's not like they're going out and shooting things just to fucking stuff it. But there's a ton of raccoons. And he sent me one. Like there'll be raccoons like this, like a beer can, like a cigarette in their mouth. It's awesome. But he sent me one, and it's like posed. It's sitting down. And it's like I don't know what it was originally holding, but he knows one of my favorite movies from when I was a kid, which is also funny. Not being from here, one of my favorite movies from like a teenager was Blood In Blood Out.
Right.
So he found that on VHS, and the raccoon's holding the VHS. They put little bandana on it for him too.
yeah.
I was like, hell yeah, that's so cool. Yeah.
That's tight.
Dude, that's way cool.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
I've seen some really cool taxidermy shit. Like there's a lady that like recreates movie scenes with mice.
Yeah.
So she did like a Nacho Libre one where they're like jumping off
my God.
the ropes. and
Amazing.
stuff.
Yeah.
There's some cool ones, but it is kind of like, how many of these can I have before it's weird?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, so when you win the lottery, it's less weird because
Yeah.
you have a room for your taxidermy.
Yeah.
Weird taxidermy.
Dude.
Yeah. They have I remember they had a whole giraffe like bust up. The thing was like 9 feet tall. And the only reason I want someone to buy it is I want to see how they plan on transporting it.
Yeah.
You know,
Stick it out the back of the truck.
Yeah.
or like even moving into the house, like, oh, the neighbors, they're moving. What the fuck? You know?
Dude, have you ever been in a room full of like taxidermy heads though? It's creepy. Like the way that they like do the glass eyes and shit.
Yeah.
There was for my brother's bachelor party. We went out to Big Bear, and the Airbnb that we were staying at had like a moose and like everybody like on top all over. And you go to the second story of the house that you're in, and you look up, and the moose is just staring at you, and like
No matter where you go, it's
yeah,
just looking at you.
and you have to sleep while the moose is staring right at you.
Mona Musa. Yeah, damn. Like that. Shit.
You want a raccoon, huh?
I do. Well, I want
I love raccoons.
I want a real one, dude. I want like
This is
A live one.
favorite animal of all time.
They're amazing. Like, I like trash animals.
yeah.
Like raccoons. I love crows.
Smart.
Dude.
I watched a TED Talks on crows before. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a TED Talks on crows. And after that, I was like, every time I go outside, I just, I want to be your friend.
How you feel about a raven?
I mean,
They're fucking gnarly, dude.
Yeah.
all the,
I want one so bad.
what are they, corvid species? I
So
love them.
they're just a bigger version of the crow.
Dude, have you seen them side by side?
Yeah.
Like the
Size
raven
difference?
is just like so much bigger than a fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then you got Brandon Lee, who's even bigger.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's the crow. Yeah.
Or the
And then Bill Skarsgård did
Oh,
play
yeah.
them again.
Yo, you know how, like, so a lot of people are mad about that remake.
I heard it wasn't bad though.
I've right, like maybe it was. I haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah.
But they're just like, why? They're like, of course, yeah. Hollywood is killing a lot of fucking cool movies that were, from the '80s, '90s. And there's way too many remakes happening. But it was a comic book, and I guess like if you were a hardcore fan of that comic book, the one with Brandon Lee, a lot of like nerds didn't like that because of the way it followed it, and apparently the Skarsgård one was a little closer to it. And the biggest thing, like at first I wasn't about it. My brother explained this to me. He's like, the reason why I'm not mad they made it is because everyone forgets this is the 4th remake of the fucking Crow.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Edward Furlong played the Crow.
Yeah.
You know, before he. I love Terminator 2, favorite film of all time, you know, but like he went took a hard left turn somewhere Edward Furlong, but yeah.
I mean, the Brandon Lee Crow was a cool movie.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Had he not died, I don't think it would be as massive as it became.
That is something to consider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Because, like, I mean, the movie's cool, like, and you watch it, especially when you're younger, you're like, fuck yeah, it's fucking rock and roll shit.
Hell yeah.
Just in the
Just
rain
the
playing
scenes in the
guitar.
rain where he's shredding, you're like, dude.
Best quote. Can't rain all the time.
Yeah, dude.
And then it rains the whole movie.
The whole movie.
When I'm in my feelings, dude, Thursday and it was finally raining out here. Wish we had that rain a fucking month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
And, you know, sure enough, I just opened up my blinds and I stood there, just my guitar.
Shred.
Yeah.
Just butt naked.
Oh yeah, I was hanging out. Yeah,
Also, that Crow soundtrack was fucking sick.
Sick.
it's incredible. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I still haven't watched the new one yet. I want to.
I think because just the soundtrack, you know, Brandon being in it and the way they did the 90s one, amazing, right? I don't know. I actually haven't seen it either, but like I guess the character in this one is more like club EDM shit. So like what it's
He's a DJ.
some shit, yeah, you know, something like that.
Just in the
Another
rain.
one, another Crow.
In the rain with his turntables.
Yeah. Oh my god. You can't scratch all the time. You know?
He's like standing in the rain with one headphone.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, no, like I think that's what like that would be the thing that would bum me out. Like, oh man, I want some cool Cure rock and roll shit.
Yeah.
You know, like yeah, it's whatever.
It's that wave though. Like people, rock and roll is just now coming like back into everybody's mainstream mentality. But for forever, like rock and roll kind of died. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, not to us who were playing these like little
Not-
DIY shows and shit.
Yeah.
But like to the rest of the world, they're like, "What the fuck is metal?" You know?
I always think about like what it would have been like, you know, late 80s, early 90s, you know, we most of us were alive, but we were too young to really have this shit impact us. But just the phase of like, you know, hip hop coming in, all that. So it's like, imagine being like all these hair metal bands and like the ball drops. It's 1990 now, right?
Yeah.
And you just, I don't know, like you immediately overnight just became like that dad playing, you know, in a bar.
Yeah.
Is that
Just-
crazy?
Yeah, like it happened overnight.
And
kinda
then
shit.
grunge.
Yeah.
Grunge happens, and then all the metal dudes
Just
are like,
killed
"Fuck
all
this
arena
shit."
rock.
Dude.
All the arena rock was gone.
Here's a crazy question. You know how you said, like, would the Brandon Lee Crow have gotten as many accolades and be revered as such a great film had he not passed away? Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, Nirvana.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So,
Sublime.
Same thing.
yeah.
Sublime.
would you have wanted to hear 4 more Nirvana albums? What would they have sounded like?
Yeah. I mean, I think in Nirvana's case, he was so tortured that there was probably going to be some
It's probably
Cool shit that would've come later.
That might
Yeah.
be the only album
right.
they would have done as
Right.
far as like as Nirvana.
Yeah.
Because about like he said he was tortured and
It could have either gone like, we put out this record, he made his money, now he can disappear into like,
or they break up like every other band.
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
in that time.
or like maybe one more record comes out and it's sick, but it's not as good as the first.
It's just
one.
it's like a crazy thought to think about. Like I have
Yeah.
no feelings either way, but it's like there's some bands that have lasted 20, 30 years and everything they do is fucking awesome. Or even if it's not awesome, you're like, I still fuck with this band.
Yeah.
But
Dude, I was just having this
they can also
conversation
ruin it, yeah.
the other night with like skate punk, and like Ryan pointing out he fucking hated everything emo because that meant an end to all the shit that they were doing with the skate punk stuff. You know, like fast suburban
Yeah.
like shit like that. All of a sudden the emo crowd comes in, and then that starts taking over, and the shit that they're into is kind of dead.
Dude, I love Thrice.
Yeah.
I love Thrice. To me, because I'm only taking what I saw in my own circle of friends, my own scene. Thrice single-handedly killed punk
Yeah.
because
You said
it
this
got
before, yeah.
said this before, and I stand by it because Thrice was the stepping stone for a lot of like punk rock kids, whether you were crust punk, whether you're like, into skate punk, pop punk, whatever it was, it didn't matter. The minute Thrice came out, everybody wanted to learn riffs that were more metal based, and like some of the lucky ones, when they advanced, they went into hardcore.
Yep.
But a lot of them went into like the weird metal that came out after that, or emo stuff.
Sure.
And it was just like, even myself, I caught myself like, I was like, I want to learn these riffs, and like all my friends went from like, it was like Thrice was like the stepping stone to like heavier music, and then like nobody gave a fuck about punk anymore, and it killed me. Fucking killed me. I was so sad.
Dude, the thing I respect about Thrice is how they started with that, and they had that crazy fast metallic but still punk sound to them. And look what they, did. And then, like, look where they went.
Yeah. But I personally liked those new songs. I just like, I get the mentality of like, that's not Thrice. Yeah. Like if they came out under a different name, I'd have been like, this fucking rips. Blood and Honey was fucking sick.
Yeah.
These songs are good. But the fact that it wasn't, Thrice.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah. I mean, I respect him for that. Cause like, I don't know if you guys remember, specifically, I don't know if the memory pops in my head from MySpace days, but like I remember them posting a bunch of studio pictures from when they did the Alchemy Index. Remember those, the 4? Mm-hmm. And I was like fucking impressed, and I was like, I wanted to step up my game as a musician, because I'm watching Tepe, like one picture of this guitar, he's got a saxophone and he's playing some percussion instruments, and I was like, oh, I just play bass.
Yeah,
or
like, I don't do enough.
Yeah, straight up.
Tepe basically, he taught himself piano.
Yeah,
like around that time.
Yeah.
Like, what?
They just like, at one point, they just were like, we need to level up. We need to be musicians,
It's such a wild mentality of like, we're already really good at what we do.
No,
let's just shit on people.
Yeah, yeah. What a great motivator. Like, we're going to become so good that everyone else is going to just hate themselves.
Dude, even like all the bands that just haven't stopped, like Silverstein.
That's
never
crazy.
stopped. And they're still fucking ripping it. They have a record coming out, I think, tomorrow.
Really?
Or like in a couple days.
No shit.
AFI still going?
AFI still going. Took a weird turn.
But
For a little bit.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I'm right. I could be wrong. I don't know. Were you guys at the when we did the 1720 show on the Bane Run?
Yeah. I wasn't. He wasn't.
Okay,
yeah.
Were you in the back?
No, dude, I wasn't.
Okay. Do you know where I'm going with this?
Yes.
I'm putting my guitar away, and I'm like, why do I know this guy standing right next to me?
Yeah.
I'm like, I think that's Davey Havoc.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing at my show?
Why is he here?
Yeah. I was like, I'm giving him a look like, you don't belong, but that's not the intent, Like, fuck, like, God, you're in the wrong room, But for a second, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, obviously, Bane's legacy, those guys got so much, cool shit. So I'm like, obviously, like, in my head, I'm like, did he come to see me? Shit. Like, no, dumbass.
Dude, Martin, just like, he's like, dude, it's crazy, man, back there. He's like, I forget who else was there, but he's like, oh, and then like Davey is here?
You're like, Davey?
Davey Havoc?
Dude, you just like push your wife out of the way. You push it. I'm running back there.
I'll never be like, hey, get me backstage. Or I'll never be like, hey, put me on guest list. Like,
Yeah.
Which respect to that.
If somebody
honestly.
offers it, cool.
Yeah,
I'm not,
and for and like, but as soon as he said Davey, I was like, it was so hard to just be like, Martin, fucking just.
You just rip his wristband off.
Let me think of that. If I'm making a really long drive, I might be like, hey, do you have any list spots or anything like that? Because I'm driving an hour and a half to get to you.
Yeah, but I don't have that excuse anymore for
you
1720. Oh, dude, I was so jealous. I was so fucking
dude.
Such an awesome show, but freaking, you guys killed it.
Thank you.
All the bands on the night killed it. Stick Your Guns. It was weird seeing Stick Your Guns not do a headline set, which is fucking rad because it's like they're in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Bane, this is Bane, and
Fuck yeah.
And then, but like also just knowing that Davey's fucking back there, I was just like,
yeah, it was a trip, man. Like, it's like, you just kind of have those moments where like it's like it sobers you up for a second. What the fuck is happening? Why is he at my show? Yeah. This is all about me.
this is my night. Yeah. This is my night, dude. And I feel like someone like I feel like Davey's a special dude in the sense that like there's so many different types of people that were impacted by him because like early hardcore, and then punk, and then that goth punk stuff, and then now whatever they're I don't know what they're doing now, but like there's so many different people that are impacted by them. I got into A5 before I even started going to shows. Like they were like an obsession for like me and like my group of friends, which is funny because like amongst my friends we all were like in the punk scene, but we all like different types of punk and that
Sure.
But AFI was the one that all of us could like agree on. So like when AFI come to town, we all went. And it was like
Were you
fun.
guys at those showcase shows?
Yeah, and then Glass House is the one I remember the most because that was like right before Art of Drowning came out, or no, it had just come out. So we all knew, like we devoured that album when it came out. So we went to that. I think it was like during that release for Art of Drowning. So they played a lot of stuff on that album, which was rad. But it was mostly like Black Sails and like the stuff before that. It was
That's sick, man.
such a sick. And it was at Glass House, so it was like it wasn't showcase, but it was like it I just felt like I don't
close.
know. You could breathe.
Well, it's also it's cool you got to see them at that time in that capacity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Experience that. And then what was it? Was it last year they did the Forum? I just knew a couple people that went to it. It's just crazy to think about. Like that's what they can do.
Yeah, that's the one that me and Joe went to.
You went? Oh yeah, you did
Yeah,
go to that.
yeah, it was crazy. I mean, we got there. Jawbreaker was playing, so they were sick. And then AFI came out, and they stuck straight to the album.
Yeah, that's also kind of wild.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
we just played the album.
Yeah.
Like that's, I mean, we had a long.
Yeah, I mean, at least like because when we saw Thrice on their 20 anniversary, and they still played a couple other bangers rather than just the album, but they played Deadbolt. That was cool.
I played before Thrice once. I was 15. This story's not that cool. Well, I guess it's kind of cool. It was, I'm pretty sure like the Rocks, or not the Roxy, but like the Whiskey and the Viper do that like pay to play shit.
Yeah.
So there was a venue in Milwaukee called, actually I know you guys probably played there, the Eagles Ballroom, the Rave. Yeah.
Haunted place.
You know the room. You've been in the basement there. Yeah. It's ridiculous. But it was 2005. And I forget, a friend of ours, the band is the high school band I'm in. He got us on there. We got to sell 200 tickets, whatever. We did. Yeah. And they have those side stages. Like there's like a bar, and there's like a room right behind the main stage, and then the main stage, and they got the upstairs. So we played the one that's like almost directly across from the main stage, but we got to play right before the real show started. So it was kind of crazy. So by that point, like the room's pretty full. It was like a surreal feeling. I'm 15. I just turned,
Wait. Hold on. You guys sold 200 tickets, and they made you play before the rest of the package.
I'm guessing the amount, but it was something like that. So
That's crazy though. Even if it's 100, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
We painting the game TV.
Yeah.
Dude, and we actually, I mean, we had to rally as many friends as we could. So we did bring a good amount of people. Probably not 200, absolutely not. But I fucking was like, this is crazy. It was a tour package with The Bled, Thrice, and Under Oath.
Oh shit.
And I'm feeling pretty cool. I had school the next day.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling really fucking cool. But, I grew up an hour north of Chicago in like bumfuck cornfield. So I remember just like walking down the hallway the next day thinking like, people were like,
Yeah.
you fucking killed it.
Fucking did
no
that
one gave a
shit.
fuck, dude. I was like, shit,
They're like, did you see Under Oath?
Yeah, they're like, what is that? What does that
Nobody-
mean?
yeah.
Is that the
Oh,
music where they
dude.
yelling shit? Stupid.
Are you rockerful?
Yeah.
Was this that venue that when you walked down? I don't know if it was like a bank or something like that under it.
No, that was Genosha, Indiana.
Oh.
If I ever remember that one.
Damn, you know exactly what that is.
Yeah. Well, because
It was his story. I mean,
yeah, just really quick. The venue was like this cool theater, and it was on top of an old bank, and so it's Genosha, Indiana, and I think Martin was like, this place is haunted for sure, and the guy's like, yeah, like I'll take you to the basement where it used to be the bank.
Oh, cool.
And then there's a fire, and then they built over it, but the bank is still there, and I can get you guys down there. So we go down there. I didn't want to go because I'm a bitch with that stuff. So, but I didn't want to be left alone in the venue.
Yeah,
So I went. And so we're going down there. It's like dark as shit. Like webs are. It's like terrifying, right? So we like all have like our like shitty ass lights on our phones, trying to like,
The flip
see.
phones.
Yeah, dude. And we're just like, I'm like terrified, and we're like walking, and then
You look scared telling this story,
dude,
dude.
it was one of those things where like I've never. It's like it's crazy how something can just snap you out, and like all of us kind of were like realizing it at the same time. So we're all kind of like. What the fuck,
Holy
dude?
shit.
The wallpaper. Oh, the way to describe it, it's like the suntan lotion where like it's like a drawing of like a little girl and the dog's like biting her underwear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're talking about, yeah.
Like that kind of like cutesy. It was that kind of style, but it was the most racist shit. It was people hanging, people being attacked, people being hosed. This was the wallpaper
In the bank?
in the fucking bank, dude. So we were like,
Was it like a mural to like, this is our history that we must
I
never...
have no fucking idea.
Well, in Indiana, I mean, we all know. I don't need a lesson in U.S. history,
Yeah.
right? You know, but I can't remember if it was like if you're taking the 90 and it's like the northern route or going south. But there is like it's like Whitestown and Brownsville, like literally right next to each other, and like you know that's legitimately why it was named that shit.
Yeah.
Probably a couple hundred years ago or whatever the fuck. So. That's
fucking
crazy.
wild.
That's crazy to see.
Yeah. So I went from being like scared to being like, I'm done. I'm
You're all terrified, and you're just like, motherfucker.
yeah. It completely changed the mood. It's like, oh. Well.
It's crazy, and then like 10 years later, you're gonna wear a Latinos for Trump shirt.
Yeah, dude.
Imagine.
Yeah, I know you've been on fucking Zillow, Huntington Beach. Let's go.
Oh man.
On a boat, dude.
Boat. Damn.
Do the intro, Mike.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Officially start the
Oh. We've already been talking for a minute.
some
50
pre-roll.
minutes.
All right. You don't think, just do. What number is this?
146.
146. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Walking Blind podcast. Podcast where we like to normalize checking in on our homies. This is episode 146. If you like what we do, please follow, like, subscribe. It really does help. And I'm Mike. That is also Mike. And today we have our boy Steven from Desmadre. And we've already been talking, man.
Yeah, we've been kicking it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And we've been trying to make this happen for a bit.
Yeah. And again, I know I said it earlier, and again, like, sorry, like it's been like almost 5-6 months just moving shit around.
No worries.
It's all right, dude. It was. I think shows came up the first time around,
Yeah.
and then I think I got sick one time,
Someone
the
got
time,
sick.
That and
Yeah.
then the rain.
and then then there was one. You're like solely on a bike, so there was one weekend where it was just storming rain. That we didn't.
That sounds so weak though. Like, man, it's raining outside. I can't leave.
Dude,
But it sounds so weak.
Trust me,
Dude,
I
I'm in a car and I don't like driving in the
Yeah.
rain. So
I hated riding in the rain. I hated it.
Dude, yeah. Like, I mean, you did motorcycles and shit.
Dude. No matter how much like waterproof gear you wear, you're just still like sopping wet
Oh, yeah.
wherever you stop. It's miserable.
And I think at the time it was another one of these atmospheric rivers.
Yeah, yeah. Everything's flooded.
Yeah. Damn.
So, but we're here now. We did.
Hell yeah. No, I made it. I appreciate you guys. Like, having me. This is cool.
well, and a lot of cool shit since the first time.
Yeah.
To now.
I think that was like a big thing too. Is I'm like, I don't know. There is something that's like I don't feel like I want to. Like, someone asking you to talk about yourself, I'm like, dude, I got nothing going on.
Yeah.
I'm not that cool. But like, I'm glad it delayed because we got to play some more shows, got to experience some more things. So yeah, it's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a. I tell Martin this all the time. Like seeing the ride that Desmadre has been on has been like pretty sick. You know,
It's great. Like, it's great to be part of something that like everyone wants to do this shit. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
you're not dragging anybody along. Like this is a unit. This is a team, and it's been a while since I felt that. I've done music for a long time, but it's good. I've been playing with them for over a year now, just over a year now.
Yeah.
It's just a great feeling. It has been a crazy year.
It's crazy because it feels like you say over a year, which is nuts because it almost feels like even like First Impulse. It feels like that wasn't that long ago.
No,
but
It wasn't.
But it's like over a year, obviously.
dude, and we
Nice.
talk about that show all the time. That First Impulse show.
Dude, I appreciate that.
Because not only was like you guys' first show, it was fucking rad, you know, and for that time frame, like for you guys to have never played together and then come out and
Yeah.
just rip it, that was dope.
Thank you. That
But also, that place was fucking sketchy.
it was a little fucking weird. But like also just see all those people pull up for like that yard and everything. Like that was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. And then that's where we met the Jackknife dudes for the first time.
That's
that
what
night,
you
too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we had seen them on flyers and shit like that, but I'd never actually seen them play live.
Yeah.
And they're fucking homies now.
I got a lot of love for those guys because, you know, I started First Impulse just like out of pure, just this is my passion project, doing something raw, new, like wasn't attached to anything else. And they just immediately just started supporting us and like just putting it out there. They're like, dude, you guys are cool. It's different, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, that's one of those bands where like my First Impulse, not Jackknife, where it's like, you're just doing it because you want to do it. You know, I didn't really have designs and like years later, this and that.
Yeah.
But it was cool, man. Everybody in that band was talented as fuck.
Yeah.
You know, that was Eva's first time doing vocals, and she fucking killed it.
So
Blew
crazy.
my mind.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know she was so nervous. Because you know I'm dragging her along. You know, we were together at the time.
Yeah.
I'm, you know, not weird. You know, respect.
Yeah.
And nothing bad to say.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I'm dragging her along because I just wanted to get her involved in something that I want to do.
Yeah.
Probably drove her crazy too. But I was honestly, I was like really proud of her. I was like, dude, you fucking like people are saying nothing but good things about what
Yeah.
you're doing, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm glad she's still doing music too. Like that's so cool. Like I'm glad you found something that you're good at.
Yeah.
And it's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Dude, I remember just hearing like the first, right? I guess when Martin got the recordings back and we listened,
Yeah, we listened to them here.
we listened in here, and
We were like, call this record 8 Minutes of Fury. Just straight shot, like
Dude.
6 minutes or something like that.
Yeah. I think it was about 5 songs, but like six, 7 minutes.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta go, and Martin's like, it won't take long.
It's not going to take long for you to listen to this.
It's almost like, is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Like, what are you trying to say?
Yeah. Dude, like the songs were all rippers, though. I remember just listening, like, okay.
Yeah.
And then the song's done. We're like, all right, sick.
Where's the
Next
rest of
song's
it?
done.
Yeah, it's like we're like Martin, this is like good for reals.
Yeah.
We're not being nice. Like this is like really good, dude. And like
Dude, and I'm pretty sure I remember Martin telling me about the night he ran into you at that bar, because
I'm glad you know that.
we had gone to that bar like quite a few times. Like anytime I would go out to LA, we'd always end up there for some reason.
Yeah.
Then he was like, "Yeah, I ran into my homie Steven. I think we're gonna start a band." And I was like, "Cool." And I don't think it was that much longer later when he's like, "Oh, here's
check this out.
here's First Impulse."
Well, like, I'm sure I don't know if this was just then, you know, obviously now I've been friends with Martin for like 5-6 years at this point.
Yeah.
But like sometimes he's hard to read with enthusiasm.
1000%. We've been
guys
friends with
know.
him forever, and it's still like that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, congrats, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so I just, you know, I went to I think Rotting Out was playing. Went to the show at the midnight hour. Mm-hmm. Walked in there. I hadn't seen him in a while. And I was probably on a sick one, just like bending his ear, like, bro, I gotta get you to play this shit with me. And he's just like, yeah, okay, sure. Yeah. Like, stop being so fucking calm about it, man. But yeah, he pulled up and I mean, you guys know Martin, you played with him forever. Like he gets, that's the thing. You could be the best drummer in the world, but if you just don't get a song, if you don't know how to make it better, I don't care how much technical shit you do. Like it doesn't impress me. Being able to be a songwriter and contribute to the songwriting process as a percussionist is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's very well said.
When he joined Torture Culture for that brief span, like he came in and we were like starting to write songs. We had like a few songs put together, and he was like, "Well, I'm moving to Arizona in a week, right? So if you guys," and we were just gonna have him play drums on the record because we didn't know who was gonna play drums for us. And so I'm pretty sure we paid him just to be a studio drummer for us. And then he still got paid and ended up in the band anyways. But so like we're just like, yo, like record these tracks. And like within the 2 days when we worked on those songs, he like helped restructure everything, move everything around to the final form of the songs.
That's awesome, man.
And then like 3 days later, we're in the studio recording everything. And then he's like, "Yeah, I'll just, whenever you guys play, I'll just come up from Arizona." Which that didn't work out. But it was fine.
Dude, I forget about the Arizona days.
Yeah.
Because I think Marty and I met in like 2018 or 19. We ended up going to like Arizona together.
Yeah.
And then he just like disappeared.
Yeah.
And then he came back, and I knew he was going through something. And he's just like online playing with like a synthesizer and like strumming his guitar. Yeah. He's just fucking around, and I was like, I need to reconnect with this guy because this looks like I'm in a mirror looking in a mirror at my depressed ass. You know what I mean? Like we should play some music together. Shit.
Oh man, the first impulse happened, dude.
Yeah. I have my buddy tells me I'm cursed with like music projects and everything. Every time I try to start something, like something happens, it falls apart. But that's just life. That's just
Dude, like I don't know. I always try and tell people 90% of the bands that you're gonna start are gonna like not continue past a year.
Of course, yeah.
Like, and it's like nothing to do with like an individual person.
Yeah.
And just like everything about like it's gonna take forever until you find 4 other dudes that think the way that you do. And when you do find it,
like people will say like it's hard making friends in your 30s and 40s. That's why you're friends with the same people for X amount of years, or you only have those 1, 2. So it's like now try to go and find 4 people,
Right.
that you can kick it with, and also just like can creatively communicate. Like the drummer that I grew up playing with, from like 2004 to 2009 or 10, we're still friends. Austin, we were in our high school bands together. We were in jazz band together. We were in marching band together. We were in concert band and wind ensemble together. I could just like give him that look and he'd go, "You're right," and he would just start playing exactly what I thought. It's just that's crazy. So yeah, being able to find a band. So I don't know. I think when we're older, you're just doing it because you love to do it. Still,
Yeah.
It's cool.
Well, and then you were saying you're from Chicago, right?
I don't like to say that. If you're from Chicago and you run into somebody not from Chicago that says they're from Chicago, you'll get some shit, man.
Okay. So where do you?
I say Chicago. I say north of Chicago.
North of Chicago. Okay.
I grew up about an hour and some change north, close to the Wisconsin border, like cornfields and shit. Man, it was fucking weird. My family's from like backyard, south side of Chicago, so like weekends we'd go see family there, or like there was another suburb in the south side where I had some more family. It was weird, a little taste of city, and then back to just
Nice
white
rural
old
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. It was weird. It was weird out there.
So how long was it before you made your way out here?
Well, I actually lived in San Francisco for a year before I came out here. I moved out there 2013, 14 for about a year. Just why? Just figuring out life kind of shit. Realized it just wasn't ready for it. I wasn't sure what was going on. My early 20s is just a fucking roller coaster of bullshit. Went back because I thought I wanted to go to school, and then I moved out here in 2016. So it's been almost 10 years I've been in LA. Okay. Yeah.
And was there like a music scene where you were at, like in the rural fucking towns?
Yeah.
It was probably dope, huh?
Yeah. How'd you find like heavier music or whatever music you're into?
Dude, I don't even know. All right, I know, but like, no one sat me down and showed me music.
Yeah.
Like, no one was like, come here, you're going to listen to the Beatles or Zeppelin or Stones. Like, no one did. I learned music ass backwards, dude. But how I found it was, I did the typical route of like, playing an instrument in school. I played trombone for 7 years. And when I was like 11, this is funny. Speaking of lottery, I know we were just talking about winning the lottery. I actually won the lottery, but I got 4 out of 5 numbers. I won like $200. And I remember I was given the option of like, hey, well, we can get you a bass guitar, or you can put it in your bank account. I was like, fuck the bank, man. Give me that instrument.
Yeah.
And that pretty much ruined my life because now I still play music. And I remember seeing my cousin play. I have an older cousin who played bass, and he was really good at it. And I was like, that's sick. But just like kids in school that were like, hey, man, check out this band. This is, Alkaline Trio. This is Blink. Like, you should learn these songs. I'm like, okay. And I just did really quick. Yeah. But when I got into high school, a lot of the older kids that were into, just punk, pop punk, fucking, metal music, like at the time, like Screamo was huge and shit. They saw that I could play, And so I was like 14 in a band with a bunch of like 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds and shit. It's the Midwest is weird, like that suburban area where like there would be like some crazy hardcore bands, like, and you know, no one understood what hardcore dancing was, and like they're like, why are they punching me? And then there'd be like an emo band and then a screamo band playing the same show.
Mixed bill.
We were really big on like melodic stuff, like, you know, we're just close to Wisconsin, so we had like you know, Misery Signals, and some of the guys are from Wisconsin, you know, things like that. I don't know, Midwest is just like we at least for me, we would take things from, you know, the East Coast, West Coast, and they would like kind of meet together, and do their own little weird thing with it. But I was too far away from Chicago to really be involved with like a lot of the Chicago scene. Yeah. So I don't know, just how it spiraled into like me getting more into hardcore was just, I just kept playing in bands. I kept playing shows and just learning as I went. Yeah. I'm really bad when it comes to like a lot of, do you know this band, this song, this and that? I'm like, nah, man, like you got to show me.
Yeah.
Like,
I got to hear it.
Yeah. I'll like, someone will be like, you know a lot about music. And then they'll bring up something that everybody knows. I'm like, never heard of it.
Dude, that's Martin. Martin's our like historian. Anytime somebody mentions something that I don't know, I just look over at him. And he's like, oh yeah, it was this and this and this. And you're like, cool.
He's like fixated on something. He just answers immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1000%.
Dang, so you never got recruited into a ska band?
Nope. No ska. I did not do, I'm trying to think. Not ska. Like the band I was in high school was like, it started off like just really bad, almost like screamo type shit. But we liked bands like Poison the Well, obviously Misery Signals, like I said, Thrice, The Bled. Finding like real hardcore and stuff like that didn't happen until later because like I didn't have that.
Yeah.
No one was like, I didn't have that cool older friend that was like, bro, here's all my vinyls, here's my tapes, like you better study this shit and you're gonna be cool. Like, nah, it took me a while to figure out, like, I guess for lack of a better term, when people be like, oh, this is the cool shit, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, my older cool person was my girlfriend.
Hell yeah.
My girlfriend got me into hardcore.
That's sick.
So, yeah.
Hey, man.
It is what it is.
I wish there was a cooler story to that, but that's
Thanks,
how,
babe.
Yeah.
No, that's fucking cool. Like,
She moshed and shit. She was like she used to do cheer in high school, so like when she would like kick, she was like aiming for dudes' heads and shit.
She was way tougher than you.
Yeah,
yeah, dude, she sounds cooler than all of us. Honestly, fuck. Wow, that's badass.
Damn. So you came out here 2016, you said, right?
Yeah.
And was that just like, did you come out here with a specific like mindset goal, or was it just like, I'm gonna go to LA because it's something different? It's like a change of pace.
I think I like I said, my 20s was just like a roller coaster of like highs and lows, doing cool shit, doing really nothing, wasting a lot of time, just trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing in my life. I remember at one point, I was like, yeah, I would have been like 25. I was like, I need to get the fuck out of this town. This is depressing. I bounced around from like all these like suburbs around northern Chicago. And I was like, I just need to get the fuck out of here again. Like, I'm losing my mind. And a guy I'm no longer friends with, but friend at the time, hit me up. And he's like, dude, I think I might move to LA. And I was like, say less.
Yeah.
I had no like plan or design. I'm like, I just want to ride motorcycles and I want to fucking get the fuck out of here. And I did it. Fast forward 10 years, I'm, doing this shit now, which is pretty cool. But yeah, obviously, it's funny. You just fell back into your roots. Well, like, what do I do here now? I'm like, well, you've played music your whole fucking life, dude. Like, start a band, meet people,
Yeah, ride a motorcycle.
Ride a motorcycle, yeah.
Except here you could do it year round instead of like seasonal over there.
Except for that one day that it rains.
Yeah.
And then I canceled the podcast like an asshole. Yeah. God damn.
I didn't blame you at all. I was like, I would have canceled too. I can do that shit.
Well, what a dumb mode of transportation. Like, I'm in a band, and I'm like, I better get that Harley.
Dude, the first time I saw you rolling in with the fucking guitar on your back, I was like, yo,
we were like I'm fucking sick.
Like, you either think that's cool as shit, or you're like, look at this Hollywood fucking nerd, dude. What a fucking nerd.
Oh man, I just like I see you like pulling off the fucking freeway with the fucking
dude. The worst was I got that Jackson, so you got to get that the V case.
Yeah.
And I bought a slightly nicer one because I'm thinking, keep it protected, but it's stiff as a board and it's super high because of the way it sits.
Yeah.
And I remember riding with that to Long Beach one night. I live in East Hollywood. I couldn't go over 50.
Yeah.
Because it was so much wind pressure. My hands are numb because the blood, the circulation's cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, just buy a car, dude. You're in a band. Buy a fucking car. But I still feel more confident on a motorcycle than I do driving a car.
And dude, especially in LA, once you get over the idea of riding a motorcycle in LA, it can be sketchy.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah. I mean, if you can, don't do it.
Yeah.
But you can lane split, kind of weave in and out of traffic. It's a lot easier to navigate instead of just sitting there for hours on end.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's got its benefits. Obviously, being in a band's not, it's not conducive
not
to
one of
that.
them.
Yeah. Dude, I switched up my whole rig to get on that thing. It's like, I got hard cases.
Oh, because you're running a power stage with pedals, right?
Yeah. I had to do that. It was, again, like when even I split, she had the car, I had the bike. I was like, well, I got to keep playing music. How do I do this? And I sold my gear, and I talked to my. Sounds funny, I talked to my Sweetwater rep. He's actually cool. Josie's cool. I've known him since before he worked at Sweetwater.
Heck yeah.
Sick.
But I was like, dude, how do I downsize? What's good? And obviously he set me up right.
Yeah.
And I made it work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Fuck, dude. Yeah, I'm that guy though that rolls up with the guitar in the back. That's such a douchebag.
Bad boy, dude.
So sick.
I remember pulling up to Sound and Fury, and you're there at 10, 11 in the morning,
Yeah.
and Luis and a couple of the guys are just shaking their heads, smiling. This Hollywood looking motherfucker.
This guy.
Stupid.
Get a car, I say.
Yeah. I should get one.
Yeah. In time.
Yeah.
Well, so, what were you? Did you have another project out here in LA before First Impulse?
I mean, just playing with some guys that I had when I first went out here. I went through the just the whole trying to find real friends in music and shit. I was hanging out with some people in Hollywood. I was doing this punk band for a little bit with this guy who has literally the biggest ego in the world. And he just couldn't, I don't know, he can never keep a band together, but I ended up I had no idea about his history. I had someone said hey man, probably don't work with this dude.
Yeah.
I ended up just working with him for a couple of years and nothing came out. We played one show, he's just, I'm trying to think of the right way to tell this story. It doesn't sound that interesting, but no. So the short answer is not really. I didn't have a band before First Impulse. I was just trying shit.
Mm-hmm.
I filled in for some people here and there. Expect the Worst. I played a show with them. My buddy Joey, who was in a band called the Briggs, we ended up starting a little side project, little hardcore punk side project. Called Vintage War, and that was actually when I was telling you guys I played the Juliette Lewis show. That was with that.
Oh, cool.
It was such a random lineup. It was a hardcore band that never plays. Nate No Face, and then it was Juliette Lewis.
Dang.
It was a very mixed up crowd.
Yeah.
But well, I mean, honestly, most people are there to see an actress.
Right.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then I was just man, I really want to start my own passion project. No rules, nothing.
Yeah.
And just got people together to help me out.
Vintage War is such a cool name for a band too, because I remember seeing a post with you in it, and I was like, "What is this band?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's cool."
Dude, I didn't even know what the band was called or anything. I just remember Joey would come over. Me and my old roommate we would just riff. We put some stuff together, and then the next day, I checked socials. I'm like, oh, there's a band page and pictures up and everything. And he just kind of just went for it, and I was like, all right, sick.
All right, cool.
Go for it, man.
We got a name, everything.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think. Yeah, that. I did Dark Uniform for about a year.
Yeah, what happened with Dark Uniform?
I'm cursed, bro. I can't start a band. There was just creative differences with one of the members. I wish I could say it was an epic story, but he just wasn't down with some of the writing, which in my head I'm just like, okay, cool, like then let's try again. You know, this is a fresh project. And he just recused himself. He just didn't want to be part of the band anymore. I kind of wanted to keep going, but the other guys felt like he was too integral and like too much of the face of the project to do it. Which, if that's the case, then that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was cool. It was really stripped down hardcore, and it was fun to experiment. It was a brand new project.
You guys killed it at Mosh for Youth.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Those were fun shows, and it was like one of those things where like, you know, you had like, I love Desmadre. So that band's on a path, and then, you know, we're doing things that are, you know, strategic and planning to like move forward to grow as a band, as a brand, as, you know, as an entity overall, which is great. And what was cool about Dark Uniform was that was just like you and your homies were like, yo, we like playing aggressive music.
Yeah.
Let's go play that show in this backyard, this and that. Like,
That's cool.
It was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I wanted to keep doing it, but I think there was also maybe, I'm not saying for sure, but like, you know, I started playing filling in for Desmadre while that band was happening, so I don't know if that kind of like bummed people out a little bit.
Like,
but I had no designs on like leaving one or the other, but for me, I'm a musician first. Like, I want to like grow as a musician, and you know, unfortunately, like you said, like, you know, not every band's gonna last. So if opportunities come around, I would hope people would understand that and respect that and be like, hey man, that's a sick opportunity. And I remember mentioning like getting busier with Desmadre, and I could just tell in the room, you know, people weren't stoked on it, but it's cool. We're all, you know, we're cool. You know, I just hung out with a couple of the guys last night. My buddy Dylan's doing a new band. He was a drummer. A suture kit. I think that's what it's called. A suture kit. Yeah. He's gonna be playing his first show at 1720 soon.
First show at 1720?
Yeah, which is crazy because Dark Uniform's first show was at 1720.
Also wild. I've never played 1720.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Slider, who played bass, like, he's such like a quiet, like real meek person, but this guy's like training to be a mixed martial artist right now, and it's so fun. He's like one of those sleepers where he's just kind of like, hey,
and then he'll just fuck you
and
up.
then he'll fucking kill you.
That's why I'm like, I don't want to. I have no desire to fight anyone.
Yeah. We're not fighting randoms in public anymore.
No,
That's not.
Too many people train now, dude. And that's like,
Yeah, so like after like 2010, I want to say maybe around there, where like, you know, mixed martial arts and all that stuff became really more mainstream. Like back in the day, like, and I was a teenager, if I got into like a scuff or anything, I didn't, you know, we're just
whatever.
You're just throwing, and now you see some guy like, fuck you, dude, and he puts you in an armbar, snaps your fucking arm.
dude,
If I get into a fight in public and somebody folds me like a pretzel, I'm not coming back.
Then you're working at Guitar Center.
Yeah,
That's what's happening.
Your girl's getting punched out.
talking about how my girlfriend got beat up, dude. Fuck.
That's still hilarious. Like, I was so specific.
He was
about
so.
it.
He was so. Mad. You could tell he was still so hurt by the whole thing. I was like, "Sorry, bud."
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ricky, man.
Shout out to
Yeah.
We won't put the actual story in here, but still, shout out to Ricky.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Forcing musicians into
retirement.
basically.
Yeah.
It's funny.
The whole year though of like starting to play with Desmadre and doing Dark Uniform was like, I'm glad that happened. I'm glad all that happened.
Yeah.
It really got me through that year. In terms of just, you know, I'd stayed before, you know, Max and I, you know, we separated. I didn't really have like a moment to like, I had like a couple butthead weekends, but I immediately just like was like, I think 5 days later I was on the road to play my first show with Desmadre.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that, to just keep me going. And Dark Uniform was, you know, we were building, we were recording, and growing. So it just kept my hands and my head busy to do all that stuff.
Sometimes you need that.
Yeah.
It's like,
Dude, we've played Desmadre, we played that show at the end of December, and we didn't really and then we had one show in January, but we've been keeping chill. I didn't realize how much I needed that.
Yeah.
I was like 2 weeks ago, I'm just like sitting at home like, what the fuck do I do? What's going on? And I forget there's still things happening in the back.
Yeah.
You know, we're still planning, you know, to do more things, but I didn't realize how much I need that.
Because it's the calm before the storm.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it makes me think about like, you know, friends that really do tour extensively a lot, and if that's all you do, that's amazing. But then like, it can fuck with your psyche. Like the 6 weeks you're off, unless you're really good with planning and programming and shit, you know, you might lose your shit.
The post tour depression is definitely real. Like you get home and you're like, all right, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Fucking, where do I go? What do I, you know?
I never got to do like real extensive touring. Like when I was in like my high school bands, that's the thing, you know, when you're 16, like we're going on the road for 4 days, we're like, we're going on tour, man.
Still counts, bro.
It
You
still
left
counts.
as long as you leave the state.
Yeah.
Or you play enough shows.
Yeah.
You know, string of shows.
Dude, I probably played more shows from the age of 14 to 17 than I have in my 30s.
Dang.
Yeah.
And well, actually, maybe not anymore, but probably. Probably.
Maybe prior to last year, you know?
Yeah, but like I remember going out to like for like a week or two. It just didn't feel like real touring because you're just a fucking teenager and like the oldest person in the van's like maybe 22.
Yeah.
And now it's cool. I'm getting a taste of like what that shit's really like. You know, yeah, you're friends with musicians your whole life. You hear about it. You know, touring. Oh, I was out for a month. This and that. And it's like 15 years goes by from the last time I did that, and just like getting a taste of it again. I'm like, I think this is where I need to be.
Yeah.
And there's some people that are just built like that, like road warriors. Like, I'm good with being gone always.
Yeah.
And some people aren't cut out for it.
It
You know?
makes sense. It's until you do it, like you're not gonna understand all like the mental process and physical process, everything that goes into it. It's like it's real. It's a work. You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is like it is work to do it.
It's a lot of hurry up and wait.
Yeah, hurry up and wait.
Yeah. One of the things that like was hard was like when I remember I was gone all the time, and then when I'd be home, like I had one of my cousins was like, "Hey, come out and party with me." I'm like, I kind of want us to be home. Like I kind of don't want to go out.
I feel that.
And so she's like, "What the fuck? Like I hear all these, I see all these videos or I hear all these stories about you, and you can't even come out and party." So like, I finally had to explain to her.
Like I just partied for 6 weeks. Chill out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, have you ever like gone to like an awesome party and then like the next day like you're like, whether you're hungover or you're tired or whatever, and it's like if someone asked you to go out the next night, you could probably do it, but you'd be like, you're like, oh shoot, I got to rally.
Yeah.
But by the time you get there and you're around people, you can have fun, and and then like that's the weekend, right? And then it's like you're almost like dying, or you're looking forward to Sunday where you can just chill.
100%, man.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, we didn't have that. We had to go the next night, and then the next night for like 2 months. Can you imagine doing it with no breaks? Like,
Dude, and you guys' schedule was relentless.
Yeah.
Like, it was fucking insane.
and it's like with that, it's like, sure, you can choose to not do anything after the show, but it's like you just sit in the van, like, no, like we're in a new place, like you want to be out, you want to meet people, you want to hang out with your bandmates, you want to like talk to the other bands, like there's no,
You
like,
need to be a part of it. Yeah.
yeah, I want to be part of it. And it's like it almost sounds like, oh poor you, like you had to go and
I know what you're
do
saying.
fun things,
Yeah.
right? But it's like, yeah, but also it's like, dude, like you still need rest, you still want to do other things, and like it just, I remember
It's hard to explain all
hard
this.
to- yeah.
It's hard to explain that to somebody who hasn't experienced it. Like, yeah, I just went out and partied for 6 weeks, guy. I need to chill. And it's like, what the fuck? It's like, no, that's not really what you did.
Yeah.
It's just what it sounds like to
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
And you guys would do, like, runs where there were, like, no nights off.
yeah.
So it would just be
You guys were nuts. I remember Martin kind of filling me on some of that shit. Like, and you guys like had a year where it was like straight, almost like 9 months.
Yeah, it was 9 months, and I forget what our streak was, but it was something like 49 days, no days off, or 59 days, no days off. It was something crazy.
That's insane.
No days off, like
Yeah, there was one year where
I get anxious like thinking about that.
I remember, like, the only interaction I would have with you guys would be like, we're home for 2 nights.
Yeah,
And then, like, or like, I'd wake up one morning, I'd come downstairs and everybody's asleep on the couches at the house.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you guys are home for like a day.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
And then gone again tomorrow. So
You guys were what, like in your early 20s, late teens,
so when we started touring, we're probably actually in our mid 20s.
mid 20s?
Like,
Okay.
yeah, like mid 20s when we started touring, and then By the time we were done, I was early 30s, basically.
That's awesome. First of all, that's fucking awesome. I always like, I feel like I just fucked up an entire decade of my life. I did it like, I did this stuff as a kid.
Yeah.
And in the 20s, when people start these things and have the time and they're young enough to take those chances, like you did all that stuff, which is amazing. And I'm just like bouncing around the country trying to figure out who I am. Just being a dork.
Yeah.
And now in my 30s, I'm like I feel like I'm doing things like a decade later.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes you feel like I feel in the sense that like when I stopped touring, I was like starting over at 30. You know what I mean? So like
you had to figure out what life was.
Yeah. And I think thankfully I did have like kind of an idea of like, okay, I'm interested in like the mental health, and that is like interesting to me. So like I'm gonna go to school and like learn about that shit.
Oh yeah.
And then eventually that became what I kind of went towards to do. So I had some direction, but it was like I was going to community college. I was in my 30s. I'm in class with like a bunch of 19, 20-year-olds.
I did that in my mid-20s. Not as drastic, but like, 18 to 25 or 24, however old I was. I thought that was weird. I mean, 30 is probably felt a certain way. I'm not saying weird, and it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, but I bet you probably looked young enough. I bet people probably didn't know until they asked.
Yeah, I feel like I look like 15 right now.
I felt like that. I felt like that meme with Steve
Hello,
Buscemi.
fellow youths.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's how I felt.
It was like Mr. Burns does that shit. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and it's like the really corny thing to say, but it's so true. It's like, dude, everyone has their journey, and like,
Yeah.
You're like, you're a sick band right now, dude. You guys have really cool shit coming up. You guys have already done really cool shit, and then the cool shit that's coming, like.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a crazy thing. Like, there's certain things you need to like train to not say, or perspectives you need to have where it's like, man, I wish I woulda, I wish I coulda. It's like, dog, that's done and over with. Like, imagine it now. I am happy with what I'm doing now. I'm glad I'm a part of this project, this team, Desmadre, all that. It's like, would I be here if I didn't do everything else?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fate person, but you can still look back in hindsight.
Yeah.
And acknowledge, like, nah, you probably wouldn't be here.
Right.
Sometimes I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have moved out to Los Angeles 10 years prior. I'm like, dude, you'd probably be dead.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
if I was as dumb as I was in my 20s, I can't imagine being like 21, living out there for the first time and just getting into dumb shit.
Right.
When I moved back out here from Atlanta, I went back to LA after high school for like a year. I was 19, and I was just like, I love this city, but I fucking hate it here at the same time. Like, the people here, like the overall mentality here, like I can't do it. Yeah. And so like when I finished with school, I got a job offer back here. I was like, I'm just gonna go back, and I'll just come visit LA whenever.
Man, it works for you.
But it was like fucking. I just like, it could have been such a slippery slope for me.
Sure.
Just because like I was just, you're in school for music, and then like everybody around you has countless amounts of booze and drugs and whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And so it's just like, ugh, I don't. This could end really badly for me.
Yeah, but it's good to have that self-awareness of knowing what knowing what you're capable of, not capable of.
Mm-hmm.
I love Los Angeles. It is my home. I hate when people ask me when I'm going home, because I'm like, I am home.
I'm home. Yeah.
But I understand it's got its quirks, it's got its flaws, just like any other place in the world.
Yeah.
But I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. It's fucking I feel like where I belong. So.
I have this, and this could be just from like growing up in the South, but like I have this dream of like, I want to own a ranch. Like, I just want land with like some animals and like a garage where I can like build hot rods.
It's funny how like Midwest, West Coast, like we just crossed.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to get the fuck out of that.
But like with the caveat being like within an hour's drive of that ranch, I still want to be able to like go to the city or go do some shit without being so secluded that I'm like, miserable.
Yeah. That's what the IE's for, right?
Yeah. So now we're here.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know, like the part of the city that's cool is that there's always something going on. Mm-hmm. And there's always like, no matter what time it is, you can find something to do or somewhere to go. Or like,
yeah, of course.
Fuck, I can't sleep right now. Like insomnia. Let me walk. Let me go outside. There's going to be some shit going on somewhere.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, that's how I would always get in trouble. So, it's like a gift and a curse type shit.
I can just think back to like the first couple years living here, again, not really knowing too many people, not knowing where, like what places are where to go. And like, dude, I wasted like a lot of time at a bar, like in Los Feliz, just like you're going out, you're meeting people. I'm like, nah, dude, you're fucking spending money you don't have on drinks 3 nights a week.
Yep.
And like, you're not doing shit.
Yeah.
I can't really remember when that all turned around. Probably meeting musician friends and playing more and stuff like that. But I definitely hit a point in my life where I was like, I don't need to do this. Yeah.
Dude, one of those full circle moments was where did we play with Easy Out for Patrick's birthday?
Monty's?
So we played at Monty's.
Yeah, I know Monty's.
They sent us all the information like, oh, so this guy's gonna be doing sound or whatever. It was my fucking teacher when I was at school in LA. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, and I see his name and I'm like, there's no way this is the same Mike Whiteside.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, how many Michael Whitesides are there in Los Angeles that do sound that are doing this, like, whatever.
You say that and like 3 people turn around.
Yeah. I'm Mike Whiteside. But it was such a trip because like I walk in and then I see Mike sitting at the bar, like drinking whiskey. And I'm like, yo, what's up, dude? And then he like took a second. He's like, oh, fuck. Like we made that connection again. And I was like, dude, I got so stoned in your class that I almost fucking passed out and threw up.
Holy shit.
he was like, I was probably just as stoned as you were. Like, you're my teacher.
Dude, that's awesome. Seeing like, not parental's not the right word, but like authority figures when you're younger and you're older now. And you're like, fuck you, I can do what I want. He still scolds you anyway when you're scared. Yeah.
But I guess he does like he's just homies with the owners of Monty's.
Yeah.
He also does sound for the Roxy.
Oh, cool.
So
Yeah.
I think it's the Roxy, one of those bigger LA venues.
Yeah.
So
Monty's pretty cool. It took me a while to realize they have a whole back end of that bar.
yeah.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, the little private area in the back.
Yeah. We were talking about taxidermy earlier. I know that place has got some taxidermy. Hell yeah.
Dude, what was that like goth bar in LA that had the giant there was like a giant taxidermied like steer head or something like that with like these giant golden horns over the bar?
Don't tell me is it in Hollywood?
It's somewhere in Hollywood.
Is it called Bordeners or fuck, what's it? It's like there's like 2 names for the same spot, I think.
I just remember it was like it was like goth bar and it had a goth bar name.
Was there like a fountain in the middle of it somewhere?
I don't remember. I just remember thinking like everybody here looks like a vampire.
Yeah, dude.
Sick.
those like, that's not really my thing. It's cool.
Yeah.
But I still kind of want to go to those events just to like people watch.
Yes.
I'm like, fuck, is that guy? Oh, he's got so much metal on his face. That's crazy. Like those boots make that girl like 12 feet tall.
Yeah,
That's
dude. You're like,
awesome. Yeah, and then there's like a gimp in the corner. Whoa. Yeah, like I have a good time just just hanging out, and experiencing, just watching that shit. Like I live like a mile away from Knucklehead.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so like, they do that stuff a lot. But I'll just like my buddy will pull up, and we'll grab a couple beers and just we're not dancers. I'm a fucking dork. I can't.
Yeah.
But I'm just watching these people get down to like do the Cure or like New Order shit. I was like, hell yeah.
Talking about the Burgundy Room.
I don't think it was the Burgundy Room.
Burgundy Room. That's another place to waste a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I don't know why I was leaving like the Disneyland downtown Disney area, and as I was walking out, like see a couple like the industrial goth, with like walk by and I was like, oh, that's cool, a couple. I see a couple more and I'm like, what the heck? And all of a sudden it was like a goth night or something at one, I don't know where.
At Disneyland?
Yeah, somewhere in Disneyland.
Everywhere, every night's goth night.
Dude, I was like, this is kind of cool, kind of weird, kind of cool.
Dude, one of the weirdest things I experienced was like a goth rave night.
Yes.
Where they're like straight up like leather straps, like bondage pants, everything like that, but then with the glow sticks.
Dude, fuck yeah. My friend Stephanie works, you know what, I'm not going to say too much because I don't know the
We don't have to say where.
But yeah, she so occasionally works events where they do raves, goth shit, stuff like that. And y'all seen Blade. They do. I didn't know.
Straight up.
It was always a joke, but she goes, no, that's a real thing. Like they do blood raves. And like, I don't know what they use.
Wild. I'm
real
sure
blood. Probably real blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's donors outside. Just
It's LA, dude.
LA, man.
Homeless-
That's how they
homeless
stay
blood?
young.
yeah.
It's
No,
homeless blood, dude.
that shit's crazy. You know what I think about too? Is like you see like everyone's dressed up, done up, latex, leathers.
So sweaty.
Imagine that place silent and all the squeaky noises. It sounds like a fucking Clippers game, you know?
That's funny.
Oh, dude, it's just like the back in what was it, the 2010s when all you would hear is windbreakers and
Oh my
God, yeah.
Breakers and the keys.
Jeez.
Keys from
Yeah,
Fairview.
you have to check out those videos of the silent goth raves.
dude.
Dude,
Silent
actually, so Germany, I felt like several of the venues we would play, like every so often, like after the show, as soon as the show was done, like it would become like a goth, like the goths would come in, and like the venue would turn into like a nightclub. But it was
So
like,
German.
yeah, it was, and it was like, and I don't think they necessarily came in like super gothy looking, but like the music was definitely had changed, and like everyone was just like, oh, this is what the night is now.
That's crazy. That's cool. I just like when I see people with like the chains on their face. It's cool. I'm not even talking shit. Like I just like I want to like see what's going on over there. That's cool.
I like those. I've seen them. It's called like. It's basically a makeover, but there's like a specific thing. But it's usually I feel like they mostly take like goth girls.
And make them like normal.
Yeah.
quote, unquote,
Normie,
normies.
they normalize them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny like seeing the different reactions. Like sometimes like the friend or like the, partner, is either stoked or like they fucking hate it. You
Yeah.
can tell, and they're trying to be nice.
Dude, I feel like I saw one of those videos and the boyfriend was just like, I don't even know who you are. Please take that shit off. Like, don't fucking.
Wow.
Like, I can't. She looked really pretty. Like they'd done her up like really nice and shit. It was.
It's like wife swap, but it's just but it's not really a swap. It's just you took off the 12-inch heels and the fishnets and here's some pants.
It's funny how like most of us in like the scene would have been like, "Fuck yeah!"
Dude,
Opposite.
every time I hear that, I think about Chappelle Show when they did the wife swap.
Oh my God,
I
yeah.
found your lightsaber. It's talking about her fire.
Holy shit. I just like he's always smoking that cigarette. I fucking love Chappelle. That's what's up.
Dude, that show.
Questions?
Oh yeah,
Some
dude.
questions?
It's funny.
I'm sure we could talk about goth bars for the next 3 hours.
Oh, oh yeah.
Walking Blind Goth Bar night, dude.
Fuck.
Go check on everybody's mental health at the rave.
That honestly sounds like that'd be a good idea.
I think it'd be fun.
'Cause everything's so dark, you
Yeah.
know.
Life is just a murder cycle. Wow.
Like,
Okay.
tell me.
Cool.
Or you find out these are the most like happy people on the planet, and they're like, because they're doing what they want to do.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
1000%.
And you're getting life lessons.
Yeah.
And then you buy all the latex and leather.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I've been missing.
Fucking trying to.
live your truth.
Hell yeah. So that's what's
lot
up.
of baby powder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Dude, I sweat so easily. I would just be like gross in that like tight leather.
Shit.
There's no way.
Just be yelling, I'm not having a good time anymore.
This doesn't feel great.
I'm gonna fuck this one up real bad. This is Lapamaplona 00. Says, will there be a restock on the Rooster shirts? I need one.
I think so. Right now, I mean, we're working on getting a lot of merch out right now. Our system of, I'll just say this, our system of merch, like how we do it, is going to be different moving forward. It's going to be better. Not that it's bad now. We make sure I know we communicate with everybody to get it out. But yeah, we should be reprinting most of that as soon as we get the current orders all out. Yeah.
You have that shirt, don't you?
I love that shirt.
I love that, dude. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to like that. That looks like a sick back piece. That
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then Will Berto says, favorite Jackson model or guitar in general?
Well, I mean, honestly, man, the Jackson I play now, that Rhodes, that's my first Jackson. Never even played one before I bought it. I was just like, I got told that I was going to be filling in for guitar with Desmadre a year ago, and I was like, I need another guitar and set up for that.
Yeah.
And I felt like being wild, man, and I bought that one. So right now, I would say it's that model.
Sick.
I never tried it. Like it a lot more than I thought I was going to. The guys all make fun of me for having that dumb fucking guitar.
I was about to
case.
say, were you a pointy guitar guy before that, or was this just
No,
like
I would-
I'm gonna do it?
I was just like, I'm fucking going for it. I've never played it. I had no like, I didn't even consider that you have to like practice with it different. Like sitting down with it's annoying as hell. I like that one. I'll say that's it. I'm not considering that's a Jackson, not a Floyd Rose guy, just because I hate the idea of fucking maintenance. They're sick. I'll record with one, but like, dude, on tour, fucking messing with that shit. Hell no.
If you got a guitar tech, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did just get another guitar, like a tour ready LTD. I think I was telling you earlier. Martin from Terra just reviewed it. And again, like my dumb,
is it the
EC01?
EC01?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that might be my next favorite guitar. I don't know, but I got it. Why? 'Cause one pickup, one knob, 6 strings. Let's fucking go,
Dude.
I was looking at the new one, the 2025 one with the charcoal burst.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I might have to.
I just got the jet black one. I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
But what's funny, again, never tried it, never played it. I was at the show recently. Martin was there, said what's up, and I asked him about it, just about his like his tour rig and shit. And Martin's great. He's always down, just like to just shoot the shit. And I'm just like, I probably had one too many. I'm just like, yeah, man, this is sick. Yeah, dude. And I just bought it.
It's like because it's like supposed to be basically a stripped down version of the EC1000.
Yeah.
And it's like a flat top.
Yes. Yeah.
So like almost like the Les Pauls and Les Paul Juniors.
Yeah.
That's what the EC01.
I figured it would be lighter too because it was a flat.
Yeah.
But what's funny, I've gotten so used to playing this Jackson, which is not a lot of guitar there. It's an annoying shape.
Yeah.
Like, looks sick. Not the best tour guitar. Like, I'm not going to set that down to balance on anything.
Yeah.
But, we'll see. So, yeah, that's my favorite Jackson. And we'll see. This new LTD might be my next, favorite guitar.
Same thing from school. I had a teacher that was a guitar player, and he's like, if I feel like I could slice my dick off with the guitar, I don't want to play it. He was like talking about like spiky guitars and shit. He's like, if I sit down and it stabs me in the dick, I don't want to play it.
That's fine.
Like,
I'm gonna, like, that's what a crazy.
Dude,
when I think about guitars, I think about the safety of my car.
yeah. This school, man, like it was just a ton of like teachers who they'd pulled together who were musicians in their own right.
Yeah.
And I think I've told this story on the podcast before. This crazy German guy. He was like this like almost like Steve Vai type like shredder, and he would talk about how he would just like always record.
Yeah.
Because they'd be always jamming, like playing ideas and stuff. And he's like, the one time we didn't, we're in this high rise in Germany, and he's like, I wish we were recording because we were jamming and somebody jumped off the top of the roof. And he's like, so we're playing and you could hear him go flying next to the fucking, and he's like, the one thing I wish was that we had hit record before that happened so we could have caught him. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Damn.
What the fuck?
Always,
dude.
always be recording.
That same guy.
But
was
also no, because that's kind of like, that's like watch stage shit.
Yeah, it gets weird.
Yeah.
That same guy was the guy that was like, oh, this gloss on the guitars. He's like, somebody gives me a glossy guitar, turn my stove on, and I fucking burn the gloss off of it so you can get, he's one of those tone guys, wood guys. You can get all the tone out of the guitar. I was like, so fucking 19-year-old me, I have this acoustic guitar, I start burning shit on it. And all I did was just make smoke in my apartment. Fucking smell gross.
I'm glad I did. I'm glad that like social media wasn't prevalent like when we were teenagers, because like how much more impressionable would you have been in doing crazy shit with your instruments and stuff like that, or just in anything in general? But
And how much shit would we have gotten in trouble for?
everything.
Dude.
Oh my god.
No way.
I have moments where I'm just thankful
Thank God.
that like social media didn't exist when I was in high school.
Yeah. MySpace was whatever, but you had to go find a desktop that was open. You know?
Yep.
Damn.
MySpace came for me like after high school.
I kind of wish I had a Nextel. I never had a Nextel.
I never had Nextel either because I wanted the chirp thing.
Yeah, I just wanted to. I'm a child at heart. I like walkie-talkies. I still want to play with them.
Yep.
So fuck.
We got Andrew J. DS. He said,
Oh no.
He said, who is your favorite guy in the band besides me? If it isn't me, I'll vote to have you kicked out.
Oh my god.
You got to tread carefully with this one.
Yeah, I know, dude. Look, it's been a year-long hazing process. I love these guys. I love everyone in the band. I will take it on the chin just because whatever.
Yeah.
I'm the fucking new guy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. all right, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm gonna get shit for this no matter what.
Yep.
I will say, when this last run we went on, I was really glad. It was just by default. It's not like, we chose it, but like myself, Martin, and Mark, we were like we would always like end up splitting the room together, and I was like, dude, this is a good team. Like we were all kind of like on the same page and shit. And like I felt pretty healthy on that run. I was getting up and working out and all that stuff. Mark's all about that too. But Andrew, top of the list. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Don't put this pressure on me. You don't want none of this shit.
Dude,
I love and hate them all equally.
I don't think anybody understands like how much of a relief it is to share a room with somebody who is not wanting to party.
Yeah.
Because when you're in the room with somebody that's like, fuck yeah, tonight and you're like, God, I just want to fucking sleep. I don't want to deal with your shit right now.
You know what? That reminds me. I need to get like disposable like earplugs just for this next one, because some people fucking snore crazy.
Oh, dude.
That's whatever.
I when early time some of our first tours, I was always getting sick.
Yeah.
And it's because I wasn't sleeping, because my whole fucking band snored basically. And I finally was like, you know what, I'm gonna wear earplugs while I sleep. Changed my life.
Yeah.
Like I was able to finally sleep.
You felt refreshed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like because I wasn't holding like anger the next day towards my bandmates.
So did you have PTSD when we spent the night in the van?
Oh
with
my
Dave?
gosh, dude. Fuck. That was just one night.
I will say, just in general though, about like that last run, like Martin, very well versed with touring, knows what's up. Brandon's, he's done that shit. Mark, you guys know Mark. He's been touring for decades. He's a road dog. Knows exactly what's up. Like, I think that was the first time like Chucky and Lowe's had done it for more than like maybe a night or two, and I just like, dude, everyone held their shit together.
Yeah.
It was great. Hearing a band like Bane say like, "This is your first tour," like we are fucking shocked.
It's pretty
like
impressive.
you guys like
Okay.
on and off stage when you needed to be, like had your shit ready to go. I think because of like a weather issue, like there was literally like a snowstorm happening like on one side of New Mexico, Texas. I think it was the only time we were late, but we were still on time. But
Right.
like, to doors, for loading.
Yeah.
Like everyone was on point. Honestly,
Good.
Yeah.
That's dude.
so
that
rare.
shit is like, yeah. Well, it shouldn't be though, because it's like,
Yeah.
you like to
This is
think
your job.
You're doing it. Yeah. If you're fortunate enough to go on the road, like you want to be professional. You want to like not, fuck shit up for everybody. But it's crazy. We've done tours where like, one of the smaller support bands is the one that's like coming in late or like playing past their set time or not setting up fast. It's like, dude, what are you doing, man? You're like,
I think that kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier about like wishing you had done things in parts of your life and did it, like perspectives, all that. It's almost like I'm happy that I'm doing this in my 30s.
Yeah.
Because I got to see everyone else fuck up and do those things. And it's like I've learned these lessons without having to actually experience it firsthand.
Yeah.
And same with the other guys, show up on time, own your gear, own your everything, you have to be fucking professional. Like this is what you really want to do.
Yeah.
If I had done this when I was 22, I probably fucking get drunk every night, fucked everything up, like broke my guitar and all that shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm just surprised in general anyone had a question for me. Like, dude. Like I didn't grow up out here. Like no one really knows me. I feel like I'm just like a ghost in the room most of the times. Like fuck it,
There's
dude. They see you. All right. Let's see. Nicotine Patches says, you fuck with Fortnite?
The last time I played a video game, like when video games were happening and I was playing, was probably like PS1, PS2. I have a Sega Genesis character tattooed on my arm.
sick.
I like old school shit. I don't really fuck with modern games. I
Same.
can't. I don't have that attention span.
Damn, dude. Damn.
No, I'm not talking shit either. One of my favorite memories, being a kid in grade school, was like my brother was more of like the campaign player. But again, we're talking like PS1 era. I used to watch him play Metal Gear Solid and Resident Evil 2, like I would like make popcorn. It was like watching a movie for me. Yeah. So it's funny. I could have conversations about those games. Like I know these specific things. Like, oh, dude, did you ever? I'm like, I never played it. I just watched.
It's like little brother shit, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Man.
Ask me about Halo. I've seen the whole thing.
I love that movie, dog. No, the game. Yeah.
I was telling you, even recently, like I was in here one day playing God of War, and Jesse was just sitting here watching me play God of War for like a while, for like
It was like an hour,
hour and a half, something like that.
Fucking entertaining, man. Sometimes, you know.
And I just look at Jesse, I'm like, that's how I could tell you were someone's little brother, because like you just sit and watch the video game and don't say anything else.
Yeah.
Like,
Dog, you know how many times I got the unplugged controller, dude?
here, fight me.
Dude,
I was like, I don't want to play anymore.
you know what? For new games that I would try though, I guess to be on topic there would be like anything Mortal Kombat related, because my brother and I were fortunate enough to grow up with a lot of Mortal Kombat shit. So I don't know if he does anymore or did, but when we were kids, my dad worked with John Tobias' uncle. John Tobias, Ed Boon created Mortal Kombat.
Right.
And so we would get like signed strategy guides, things like, "Hey Steven, keep playing. Hey Andy, keep doing the thing."
Cool.
John Tobias. And I remember getting like we got a VHS tape for like a tour of Midway Studios. If you ask my brother, he still remembers like the door code he puts in on that. Like we were obsessed.
Sick.
Fucking, we got a prototype game that I don't know if it actually went to market or not, but they were gonna do this thing where like every character has their own anthologies, and so they did one for Sub-Zero. I feel like it actually got sold in stores, but regardless, we had it. I think it was PS1 had just come out. We got it, and then they ended up kind of canceling that whole thing. It was supposed to be one for Sony and Jack Snacks and then other characters. So if there is a game close to my heart, it would be Mortal Kombat. Like that's fucking, like I remember like that's just crazy to think. Like I have a sign, like John Tobias told me to keep playing.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
Dude, and strategy guides. I completely.
Oh yeah,
it's
man.
like the internet killed all that, because you can just fucking Google everything.
Dog, I was at an arcade, last month. Let me start the story again. My brother like goes to arcades sometimes, like arcade bars or a thing, whatever. He's such a fucking nerd about it, and like this was such a big part of our lives. He went up to this arcade and he pressed like a sequence of buttons, and like hacked the Mortal Kombat 2 arcade. Went to this like. That's how deep he's into that shit.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, like he knows crazy stuff. When we were kids, we'd go to like, we had Six Flags in Illinois, like North Chicago. I remember like him sending, he's 10. He was sending like 16-year-olds back to the ATM like 3 times for quarters and shit. He's fucking them all up. Yeah, it was cool.
Last time I was in an arcade, we were hammered in Arizona.
Martin's
because
birthday.
we went to go visit Martin.
Hell yeah.
And they had an arcade bar, and we were fucking drunk.
Dude,
Didn't you almost get into a fight?
It was not. It was like. It was,
Dog, this guy, I don't really want to fight anymore, this and that.
more
He
of a
was,
misunderstanding.
But I'll fucking murder
was
you,
hitting on
dog.
somebody's girlfriend while he was playing.
Carnival or some shit, you cocked the gun, motherfucker.
I was just minding my own business. No, but we beat the Ninja Turtles game.
Yeah, the
And-
side-scrolling one.
Yeah, and it was funny because
Hyperstone Heist?
No.
the first one.
It was the OG side-scrolling initial one.
Yeah.
it is funny because like I remember like as soon as we started playing, I was getting stressed out because like in my mind I was like running out of quarters, but then I was like, I'm a fucking adult. I can like I can spend, I can spend like we ended up using like $2 worth of coins. You know what I mean? Like it was like nothing. Like, and it's just funny like when you. Because last time I played a arcade game, I was probably like, a little fucking kid. And so it's just funny how like my thinking went to that. And I was like, wait, no, what am I saying? I can like fucking, I can play it all night if I want. Like,
I love those moments when, and now maybe our generation's the first to realize it, or maybe there's others, but it's like, you're still into the shit you were into as a kid. Like, obviously we all still play music, right? Like, that wasn't a phase, ma, shit like that. Yeah, I'm still a fucking loser. But like when you realize like, oh, I want to play this game. Oh, wait, I'm an adult, man. I'm in my 30s and 40s. I can do what the fuck I want. You goddamn right to get more quarters.
dude,
Staying up past 10 tonight, guys.
I get that way with cereal, dude.
Hell yeah.
With cereal.
You know what? I will get Fruity Pebbles.
Damn.
And my mom can't do anything about it.
Nothing.
Let's see. Redheaded girl. This is. What do you know? East Coast or West Coast? I said, love you guys.
West Coast, man. I'm not fucking home now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
like
day.
that. I feel like my wife was
My
born and
wife.
raised in.
My wife.
Well, you know what? I
Florida.
love Karina too. I really do. But I know why she asked that now.
New York.
No, people. I love you, Karina. Chicago's not East Coast.
It's not.
It's really right dab in the middle.
Yeah.
And she's not the only person. A lot of people from here were just like, oh, dude, yeah, like what's the East Coast like? So I really, of course, West Coast is the answer, but I really can't speak on the East Coast. I'll say that. Yeah. But
It's different.
it's just it's completely different
different.
vibe, man. Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, I think my wife she's been out in LA for 11 years, I think, or 11 or coming up on 12 years, and so she sees it as like, you know, she was born in Florida, but her home is LA now. Like,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is that I don't even think I could be wrong, but like some people that I know from Florida, like they don't even call that East Coast. That's just the South. Or it's just Florida.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah. I
Usually
think
Florida people, it's just Florida.
just Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, she I think I feel like she considers East Coast.
Yeah.
On the coast.
I would say it's probably a case by case basis, but like I got some homies from Miami. They're like, well, it's just Florida. It's the South.
South
Yeah.
or just Florida. That's like
Yeah.
I like that word. All right, we've reached the Ty section. Our boy Ty, Spidey plays bass. He said, favorite tour run you guys have done so far?
Bane.
Bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the only one, but that's not true because we did do like a weekend with Eton Concrete.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun, but it was, you know, we got to come home pretty much every night. We did Bay, LA, you know, in Pomona. Yeah.
Haven, yeah.
Haven, yeah. But yeah, man, just being around like the Bane dudes, Stick to Your Guns dudes, like everyone had a good time.
Yeah.
Everyone was on point, professional. And it was like a cool, I guess for me, like relearning experience. Again, it's been so long since I've done that stuff. Yeah, man, it's just that. It was just a great fucking time. It's a great
Like,
fucking
ask me again after the comeback.
Yeah, like, oh, shit, yeah, ask me,
Dude.
you know.
So your first Desmadre runs were with Etang.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And
Bane.
then come back.
And then
good.
come back.
it's like shit I should have been doing at 21, but now I'm doing, you know, in my mid-30s.
Dude.
But like, it's fucking, yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's very cool.
That's sick. And then he says, do you have a favorite Desmadre merch design?
Ooh. I mean, I really love that we did the Fuck Ice shirt. That's badass. I am partial to the rooster
Yeah,
design.
dude.
I know you love that one too. Yeah.
Word
Love the cock, huh?
nothing I want more than a big old cock on my chest.
Damn. Fuck.
Like, no, I want the cock on my back.
Dude, I was at our office the other day, and we had, you know, the Dodgers won. We have our like Desmadre LA, you know, LA versus everybody shirt, and there's like in the corner, like me and Brando kind of like made this shirt, little like ink thing. I'm like, oh, sick, man. I'm on a fucking t-shirt, just talking shit. And Luis just turns around, our manager, and he's just like, yeah, that one's a misprint, bro. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, yeah, this son of a bitch.
Speaking of Brandon says, "Let me get a cigarette."
Always this motherfucker, nicotine boy. I love Brando. He just give you those eyes, like
Those beautiful eyes.
beautiful eyes.
I don't care, Brandon. I'll say it. Beautiful eyes. New Abuse FM says, favorite riff you've written.
That I've written. Shit.
I think this is just a favorite riff you've ever written type of question.
It's probably in a file somewhere on my laptop that no one's ever heard. But no, you know what? I'm proud. I'm actually really proud of First Impulse. I'm really proud of those riffs.
Yeah.
Anything off that first release. Yeah, that's where I'd go for me that I've written. That I put a lot into that, you know, into that music, just because I wanted to just really kind of express everything, you know, myself there. Anything on there, any of those riffs are my favorite riffs. I love that.
And like, even though it's not going anymore, how fucking cool that you were able to get it recorded and you guys did get to play. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm glad at least you have these ideas in your head, and like how often do they really come to fruition and shit.
Right.
And
for it to sound as good as it did, because it also sounded really good too. The
thank you,
recording was
man.
rad.
Yeah.
Thank you. You get in your head a lot, and you're like, is this good? Is this stupid? Like, people aren't gonna get it. And I really appreciate you guys, listening, really checking it out.
Yeah.
Dude. I also recorded that with Andrew, the guy who put me on the spot literally like 5 minutes ago to get me yelled at by everybody in my band. That fucking guy. Yeah. It was great working with somebody who could just like understand. Sometimes it's hard to express, like, well, what do you want it to sound like, this and that. I'm like, well, I like this band because of this and this sound because of that. And he's just kind of like, he's one of those guys who'd be like, say less, like, I got you. It was great. Yeah, it was a great experience.
Okay. He also asked, what's your favorite venue that you've played?
Oh, fuck. Damn, that's a hard one. Well, I mean, not that it's like a venue, but like, dude, playing Sound and Fury last year, that stage, just,
I'm sure that was unreal.
That was very unreal. Like, I've played, I've done some, I've done basements, garages, backyards, venues, all those things. That was a fucking experience, because everyone at that show wants to be there, wants to be, and it's all in the same world of stuff. And, yeah, that was badass, dude. That was so sick.
Did you play for the children?
Yeah, that was also incredible. Not to even take anything away from that. Closing out the upstairs there.
And different vibes outside and inside.
Yeah, different vibes. Like, I love the Belasco. I'm not even answering that question. Isn't to say anything bad about any other venue at all. I love playing any show.
Yeah.
But that was just like the coolest experience. I don't know if that answers. Maybe that's favorite show. Excuse me. And then those moments where you like look up and you remind yourself you gotta like actually look at the crowd, and you're like, fuck, man, people give a shit. That's such a good feeling, dude.
So I wasn't at the Sound of Fury show, but I can't tell how many times I've seen. I went and watched like everything that was like posted that you guys were tagged in. I went through, found everything I could find on it, and then got to see like the actual video from it, which is fucking sick.
Word.
But like, I think you guys, you guys were the first band that day, and you guys fucking killed it. Like, set the tone. Everyone lost their shit.
Thank you.
Fucking
Like,
2 p.m. Like,
yeah, dude.
sick.
Yeah, that was like, I remember finding out we were gonna open up, and I was like, I wonder what, like, just curious, like, what's it gonna be like?
Yeah, who's gonna be there?
Fucking mayhem. That's what it was gonna be
was
like.
there, dude.
Fucking mayhem, dude.
I'm honored to be to have played that, to be in a band that's so recognized for the city that I now call home.
Yeah.
All that shit, like yeah, man, I'm really grateful to have done like all this stuff. I'm glad to be part of this team. It's surreal. Every time we do something, I have to like kind of pinch myself, So it's good. It's good shit.
And more cool shit coming.
Keep your eyes open.
Cool shit on the way.
Yeah.
All right. S. Bentley, 1988. When are we going to see Desmadre in the IE again?
Ooh. Soon. I can't say too much, but soon.
Soon.
Yeah. It'll happen. Dude, we played the show, what was it? Rancho? It was back in November, but it was like, it was like a real IE show. And man, I fucking love that. Like, people pull up.
Oh, at the vet hall.
Yeah. People pulled up. People fucking went nuts. I don't want to speak for an entire region, especially somewhere that I didn't, I wasn't raised. But like, I know that there's been perspective like IE kind of like, oh, we're doing music, we're not doing music, like in terms of like the hype, the scene, all that shit. And all I can say now is like, it's fucking great. Yeah. It's sick. People are like, bands are coming out of there that like are doing cool shit. And what's even better is that anyone who participates in shows and music, like, they're showing up. They're coming up to these shows, and it's amazing. It's like, dude, if you want this, y'all got to come together and do this. It's really cool. So yeah, soon we'll be back, because we respect and appreciate and love that stuff. And Some of the guys spent, like, big portions of their lives out there too. So,
Okay.
yeah, I love.
That Riverside show is fucking crazy. Remember that one, the mini pool?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Back of a.
Fucking missed that one.
Dude, I'm so shocked that nobody broke ankles in
Yeah.
that little place in Rain
Especially
Cross.
with Zabalba and
Yeah, I think it was before you had like officially joined,
Yeah.
and it was the show with Shabalba at Raincross District, and it's like basically this with a little pool, like square pool in the middle.
Yeah,
that kids would
the steps.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember pictures from that. I know what you're talking about.
And I was the whole time I was like, somebody's gonna fucking break an ankle, somebody's gonna just die on these stairs.
Dude, that was me at For the Children, because, like, local shows, when everyone's available, we're gonna run 3 guitars.
Yeah.
On tour, we try to slim down who can do what. We're a team. It's not.
Yeah.
We do what we can to keep the band going. The band goes first. But we're playing on the upstairs stage, and there's that fucking like cutaway for the stairs, and I was waiting for chaos to happen. I'm like, I'm gonna fuck my leg up. I'm gonna fall and look like an idiot. Nothing happened, but I'm
Dude, just
always
like
conscious.
Haven, that missing fucking square.
What is this? Dude, you know what make this stage badass? A fucking hole right there. Yeah.
Dude, some venues I'm just like there's some ones that fucking is it El Corazon? There's one in Seattle. It's like a sick ass venue.
I know what you're talking about. Haven't been yet.
Dude, and there's a pole like right
in
in the middle of the stage, dude.
And there's not even anything on it to pat
No.
it. It's just
Oh my
there.
God.
Dude, there's so many like really like funny like random spots that it's just like, dude, what the heck? Well, I mean, you could argue. Actually, no. I was about to say you could argue like, for Chain to have that
Yeah.
thing right there. It's like, why don't they just get rid of that?
Oh
That's
yeah,
like fire
Yeah.
code stuff.
yeah. Chain's cool, man.
Chain's sick.
You know what I think about a lot. Again, not being from here. Like, you guys grew up going to Chain. That was your fucking home.
Well, Showcase more than Chain.
Oh,
But
Showcase?
Chain, but
Okay.
Chain too.
But like,
Chain became the home venue when Showcase was
Yeah.
gone.
okay, yeah. So, but like, I grew up hearing about these places.
Yeah.
I remember seeing pictures of Chain when I was a teenager. I remember like the first time like I Google search like images, or I just looked it up. And I remember seeing like, oh, like these shirts all over the wall. I'm like, there's a Shai Hulud shirt right next to the stage.
Fuck yeah.
15 years later, 20 years later, however long it was, I'm like,
Still
there's
there.
that fucking Shai Hulud shirt, dude.
still
I'm
there.
there.
It's
And
still
like,
there.
I'm all jazzed up about it. I'm like, this is fucking sick. And someone's like, man, what the fuck are you excited about? I've been here like 30 times in, the last month. And I'm like, sorry, bro.
I'm still stoked, man.
Hey, but I want your honest opinion. What did you think when you first pulled up to Chain?
Oh, like just like the strip mall parking lot vibe.
You're like, what?
Honestly, it reminded me of shit from Illinois.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like some of the first venues I played were just like, it looks like you're going to a fucking, I don't know, like
Behind, like, a
what's
furniture
common
store.
Yeah, exactly, like little strip mall areas.
thrift shop.
Yeah, thrift shop. Yeah. It reminded me of that, but it's cool. It's iconic. It's a dope venue. The sound was actually good too. I'm a stickler for that.
It's gone through its phases, but it's definitely like the sound is awesome now. I think.
It's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
I like that I can park right next to the door too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the benefit of being on a
That's
Harley.
that motorcycle.
That's Hollywood.
That's so Hollywood. Well,
Fucking sunglasses at night and shit.
they put a plaque with my name there. Like, where else am I supposed to park?
Dude.
Just a star on the ground that you put back on.
It's like with Sharpie. Damn.
Dude, one I was just thinking about this. The Haven, other than the hole in the stage. Guys, and I've brought this up before. Get longer mic cables.
Oh yeah.
I hate the fucking like I'm on stage stepping on like 2 mic cables like just
Yup.
plugged in together, and you're like,
Dude.
you only need like a 25-foot cable.
Well, the dudes
$30?
or they're young though, right?
I from what I understand, it was like a college thing.
I don't want to like say too much because it's like I don't run a venue, so I don't want to talk shit. Can I talk shit? Oh, we can spend the next 3
absolutely.
hours talking shit about just stage production, like sound people, this and that. Like, yes, I absolutely can. I don't want to because I'm not
Right.
in everyone's shoes, but holy fuck, sometimes I'm just like, dog, that's like $20.
Yeah.
Just go get one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go
Or-
buy you one.
Yeah, dude. I will fucking buy it. It'll make this better.
I almost died like 6 times the last time we played Haven, just slipping on.
Dude, yeah. You know what? You know that stage is small.
Yeah.
The good thing about switching guitars, and well, I love the Jackson, but the fucking thing jetting out in the back there. Even on one of the biggest stages I played, which is what, Observatory, Orange County. I forget there's that fucking support beam. And I'm smacking. I have all the space in the fucking world, and I'm still hitting stuff with this guitar.
Yep.
Stupid.
That's funny. You know, it's funny that you said this. 'Cause I don't think I've ever voiced this. One of my pet peeves is if we get to play like a either big enough, wide enough stage where there's like a lot of room. If I bump into one of my bandmates, it's always an accident, obviously. That's like one of my pet peeves. I'm like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
Like we have
There's so much more room now.
Much room.
Dude, do you guys remember like your first couple of bands? You're young, right? And the first time you ever have to have the conversation about like stage presence, like, dude, we gotta look cool up there. We gotta rock. We gotta do this. Do a guitar flip. Break your guitar.
Yeah.
I think what were other cool moves? Like when that Bleeding Through video came out, everyone wanted to do a barrel
spin
roll.
kick, yeah.
I fucked up my bass trying to do that. But with Desmadre, like we're older now. One, we're not gonna talk like that. Talking about it now is just kind of like cheesy and shit. But what's cool is that like everyone's so seasoned. Like the discussion doesn't have to happen. Like just be aware on stage.
Yeah.
You know who really knows about being aware on stage is Brandon. His ankle will tell you.
Dude.
Yeah.
He told me about his ankle.
Dude, they made me feel like shit because he thought I stomped on him. Just fucking crushed his foot. Yo, watch the tape. Literally, watch the fucking tape. And he goes, yeah, I think I know what it was. I think I just rolled it. I stepped on it wrong. I was like, man, I'm feeling like shit.
I think he even said while he was here, he's like, I gave Steven so much shit. Yeah. Turns out it wasn't even him.
Oh my God. Because like even though you're aware, like, you get lost in that moment sometimes when you're up there. Like, that's why I respect like a performer. Obviously there's stuff that can be cheesy, corny. But like when you're on stage, you're putting on a show. Like people paid to watch you. I'm not saying you have to move. I'm not saying you have to do that. But dude, look like you're into the music.
Yeah.
And so when you are, you kind of forget what you're doing. And yeah, man, I'll stomp, I'll jump around, I'll just start like hitting myself and like and yell shit. So I really honestly was like, dude, I probably crushed the fuck out of his ankle. And he sent a picture of it to the band chat too. And I'm like, oh, like you weren't kidding. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
A couple days later, hey man, it wasn't you.
Made me feel bad.
I'm gonna steal your
And that was
vape,
the night he
Brando.
did vocals too, right? Like that was when he was filling on vocals.
Oh yeah, that was, dude. We had our buddy Abe, plays with Barrio Slam and Auditory. He was filling in on drums, and then just something happened with work. Los couldn't make it, and Brandon's like, I love that mentality. Like, fuck it, we're gonna make this happen.
We'll do it.
Yeah, that was really cool. I think I played bass that show.
Yeah.
That was cool. Alex's bar. Yeah.
Long
Oh,
Beach.
that was at Alex's bar?
Yeah.
That place is cool. I saw Masked Intruder there.
Hell yeah.
All right. You know what? This question comes from our boy Rhythm. Which our last guest. We can take this into the mental health check because it's kind of leans in that way. Mental health check. We like to check in weekly, see where we're at mentally. That way, things are going well. What's going on in our life that is keeping us in a good place, or if they're not, what's going on in our life that is keeping us in a funk. So, with that, Rhythm's question was, he's like, if I'm not too late, he's like, what's your comfort activity?
Ooh.
Don't say burpees. See that prison workout,
I got nothing to say now. Dude, that being one of them, I do like exercising. Mainly because I'm very capable of being a fucking dipshit on the weekend. So it's like I like to take care of myself to kind of make up for that.
Yeah.
So
balance.
Gotta have balance. I like I want to say like movies. I have a pretty big like VHS collection. you know, I didn't grow up in a crazy city with like I got into a lot of trouble growing up, but like not as much as I've had. I grown up like in Chicago proper.
Yeah.
And my my brother, my sister, and I, like, we just fucking movies. That's your escape. You know what I mean? Like, to get some action, to see the something out in the world. And just watching those classics, like, yeah, I'm that guy that's seen that movie 3,000 times, but I don't give a shit. Like, that's a good comfort thing for me, I'd say. Exercising, movies, I don't know, going on walks around LA, getting lost, shit like that. You know what I mean? Clear your head.
So not Fortnite.
Not Fortnite, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but you know what'd be really funny is if you guys, that's not a video game. Like, I think I know enough that it is a video game.
It's actually a band.
Don't talk about Fortnite if you can't name all their albums.
The fourth night.
Yeah. Shit.
But even more than that. So like, where are you at in the last week mentally? Like, where are you at?
This last week, I'd say better than I was weeks before. Just because there's things on the horizon. Sometimes I do get lost when like you don't have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Not, and then that's perspective. That can always get turned around. There's always something you should be able to look forward to. But I'd say better. There's things coming up. We got Comeback Kid tour coming up. What a fucking crazy experience, dog. I remember being 15 screaming those lyrics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Dude.
20 years later, like, yeah.
And that 20-year anniversary recording that they put out,
Oh, that was sick.
just getting like the crowd chants and everything, I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Weird.
Yeah, so I'd say in this past week I'm doing better. I'm trying to get more involved with everything with the band. It's a big project. There's a lot of avenues, a lot of things to handle and take care of. And like I said, I love that this is like a team thing. Everyone wants to be part of it, and I think doing that gives me more of a sense of purpose and helps my brain kind of like expand more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude, I'm a fucked up person. I got my problems, like everyone else does. I got my ups and downs, so I'm not gonna pretend like I don't. So I do need that a lot. I need that purpose feeling. Yeah.
And the new jams are dope.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that, but the new jams are dope.
Yeah, don't ever forget about what Los is saying about in the Spanish part, because I was asking Martin, I was like, did he say this? And Martin's like, I don't know, because it's in Spanish.
I wish I could remember what it was too.
Yeah.
I didn't study all the lyrics yet. We had a note with them, but then it went away because but yeah, we'll figure it out.
Mike, where you at?
I've been good. Things have been busy, but I guess kind of in a good way. And then I feel like a lot of things are just starting to like fall into place and level out, which is nice, because for probably the past year it's been like a roller coaster ride of just like stress and
yeah.
And then kind of like starting to get myself to a point where I can go back to just doing the things that I love. And like I plan in the next couple months, like I bought a new catalytic converter for the van.
Yeah.
Hopefully next week.
Wait,
this bitch is gonna be fixed.
Because the old one was stolen?
No, because the old one.
I have to assume.
So I would rather it have been stolen, but I've been fighting with this van, just like fixing it up, repairing it, and the last thing that's keeping it from passing smog is the catalyst sensor, basically turning on.
Oh, okay.
Right, but like no matter what I've done, I've put like 1,000 miles on it daily driving, like just to get it like going to the point where they go, okay, cool, yeah, it's great. So it's not throwing any codes in the engine.
Okay.
But it's just not turning on. The monitor's not turning on. And so a lot of people are like, that catalytic converter's probably clogged. It's a 25-year-old van. Like, more than likely, it's just so caked with shit that it's not reading properly. So I bought a new cat. Next weekend, I'm hoping to go down to our homie Dallas's and like cut the old one out, weld the new one in, and that should get the van back.
That's a good feeling though, like you're getting something off the list. Man.
Yeah, which means that once I'm done spending money on that thing, I can get another Harley.
Hell yeah.
And get that piece of my mental health back.
Dude,
But-
even though I'm like, Mr. fucking motorcycle, asshole guy, whatever you want to call it. I don't like. I know plenty of people that ride, but I'm not like a big like group rider.
Me neither.
Like I
Yeah.
go by myself, and just randomly I'll do it, or because I'm on it every day. Some people are like, oh, you getting on your motorcycle this week? And I'm like, no, because I was just on it the last 6 days in a row.
It's different.
Yeah, it's a totally different perspective than
Yeah.
being a weekend rider. But what I was gonna extend to you is if you get to the Harley again, like we should do it.
Let's go.
But like, we got to ride by Martins and make fun of him for not having it.
Yeah.
because I know
1,000%. Yeah, because I sold my Dyna, I sold my Dyna, used that money to kind of like pay off some shit that had been falling behind, and then I used like a couple grand left over and bought like a Yamaha FZ09.
Okay.
Like a little sport bike.
Yeah.
It's not the same, like it's not the same vibe. It's not the same feeling. It was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, just so I sold that. And then the smarter thing at the time was, oh yeah, keep paying off shit instead of buying another bike.
Yeah.
But now I'm at that point where I'm like, fuck, it's been a few months now. I'm having withdrawals. Like
Yeah.
when I would get stressed out or I need to clear my head, that's what I would do. I'd just hop on the bike and go
That's cool.
ride down to San Diego or like go to Oceanside or some shit like that and just
Hell yeah.
cruise for the day.
Did you grow up around motorcycles?
Not really.
Okay.
Like they've always been around, like people dirt bikes and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been into bikes, but like my dad never had one. Like nobody in the family ever really had them.
Got it.
And then so when I started getting around, dudes that rode, I was just like,
It's kind of cool.
yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And then dirt bikes were cool, but it was never really like my jam to be like a fucking motocross boy.
Was it Top Gun that got you?
Yeah.
It was Top Gun. That's what it was.
Top Gun was just that runway.
Damn.
No, and then so actually me and Martin got our motorcycle licenses together.
That's cute.
It was like a family ordeal.
Martin
that's
almost got
fucking cute.
decapitated, but
Yeah, Martin almost died. Do you know this story?
I feel like Martin almost dies every year, and he's just like, that was kind of scary.
Dude, twice. I feel like we told this story, so I'm gonna tell it anyways. The first time we went on a test drive, we both got our motorcycle licenses. We went to Riverside Harley to go look at bikes. And
Sick.
Martin was buying an Iron 883. So we hop on these Sportsters. Two of the guys come to ride with us, go for a test drive like through the orange groves in Riverside.
Nice.
Dog, we pull out of the dealership, go turn right to just sit in the lane, and Martin like I don't know what happened, he just lost balance and like fell, and the cars were turning left right here, and a car just like right by his fucking head, and I was like, oh no, my best friend just died. Like, I'm just seeing it in my review. Oh no. And then finally we circled back around, they got up, we went and did the test ride, it was all good, and he bought a bike. Sweet. And then maybe like a year or two, maybe a year and a half later,
Sure.
he was at my house and we were like, we're gonna grab some beers, we're gonna go, play pool, whatever. And then after that, we were like, let's go to In-N-Out. So we leave the pool hall, hop on the bikes. In-N-Out's like a 5-minute ride down the street, right? But there's a section of the road that's a little wavy. Same thing. We're riding, and then I just see in my side mirror, because I'm in front of him, he goes to like take a turn, kind of oversteered a bit, and just puts the bike down. And then he's rolling across the. I'm like, oh no, my best friend is dead. I fucking pull over, and he's fine. Like he just walks away with these with like, oh, I got a little cut on my knee, whatever. But like, I was just like, damn, dog, like.
Dude, this is why when people are like, oh, you had a motorcycle, that's cool. I'm like, dude, don't get one.
Yeah, don't do it.
Just don't do it. Like I'm locked into this now. Like I'm locked into this payment and all this shit, and I've been around motorcycles since I was a little kid. Like,
I always tell people, they're like, I want to ride, but I'm not sure. I was like, that right there means you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like if you have that even the slightest, like, I don't know,
yeah,
don't do it.
or I tell them, I'm like, pay for the class at Harley or wherever.
Yeah.
Actually, like go with an instructor. I'm like. Mm-hmm. Even though that's not fucking cool, I'm like, dude, you know what else is not cool? Not having a head on your body.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, and you get an insurance discount if you go to one of those classes. It's like a win-win.
Something like that, yeah.
Because there's a Honda Rider Center like right over here, right around the corner from here, and that me, Martin, and my cousin all went, and we took the class and learned how to ride at that.
Martin did not pay attention.
So
No, I'm glad he's okay. I love it. Like,
Yeah.
obviously. But like that right there, prime example. You know what? Let's not go by his house and make fun of him. Like, now I feel
No, I think we still should.
Okay.
He got the truck, so he won.
Yeah.
Yeah, that truck is sick. Shit. Yeah. Okay. No, that's cool. But dude, hit me up. We should fucking cruise.
Yeah.
You know, I need to. You know what? Again, like not growing up here, I still get those moments. Like coming here today.
Yeah.
I'm on the highway. I'm cruising. I'm on this fucking big old Harley, and I see mountains. Like I see just all this shit, and I sometimes I gotta be like, dude, this is your home, man. You live here.
Yeah.
This is your shit. And those are little good feelings, you know. Like those are cool things that like help me with also the mental shit. One thing for me was always like sometimes I would take Sunset down to the PCH.
Just ride the coast.
As soon as you pass like the rainbow, and you come around that hill, and then you see the sign that says Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
I always would get like chills. I'm like, dude, you're not visiting. You live here. This is your fucking home.
Yeah.
And like, ask you 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 50, however long ago, you know, like, did you think you were gonna be doing this? And it's, you know, those are special moments for me.
Yeah.
You know, and I always have to like remind myself, I'm like, dude, like you're here. This is your life. You are doing cool shit. Even though you have those days where you're just like, I'm a fucking bum. I'm not doing anything. I suck at guitar.
Yeah.
You know, all this stuff. Like those moments right there, like really kind of get you going. So maybe I do need to ride this fucking bike more.
Yeah.
You know, on the weekends.
You gotta do it for with like no destination, like know where you have to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Dude, there's like, you know, when I get this bike, if you're down, we'll do it. But the Ortega Highway run, like through Lake Elsinore, starting Lake Elsinore takes you through the Ortega Highway. And it's a huge motorcycle like destination.
Oh, okay.
People go here just to ride, and like straight up there will be photographers at like a few big known turns that just kind of hang out there and get pictures of like riders going through.
Yeah.
Because it'll be like windy mountain roads to where it's fucking beautiful. Like there's forests and like lakes and shit all around, and you're doing like these big ass like
That's sick.
curves and windy roads and stuff, and then it dumps you out like basically at the coast, and then you can go to like, what is that, like I think Oceanside and all that shit out there.
Oh, down. Okay. Yeah.
So it's a cool run, and it's like a couple of hours of just cruising.
That's sick.
Because you're just chilling. And like you see dudes on sport bikes that fucking rip it, but then you'll just see the guys on Harleys just cruising. Like,
Yeah, I never had a desire to like take a turn at 100 miles an hour.
No.
Or fucking go 150 in
Yeah.
a straight. Like I don't know. I grew up with like mini bikes, old dirt bikes from like the 70s and shit like that. I fucked it. I would almost destroy that dirt bike in high school, just being an idiot with it. Didn't ride for a bit, and I got back into motorcycles in my early mid 20s. Just like I was hanging out around people that rode and were, you know, in that whole world. And I just, you know, I bought like another like classic Honda, or no, I had a KZ 550 from '82. And then even when I moved out here, like some of the people I was hanging out with, they were working on old Honda CBs,
like cafe
KZs.
styles. And...
Yeah, which I used to think was cool, and then I saw where the trend went, and I fucking hate it now.
Yeah,
it's those bikes were brand new 40 years ago. They were like $3,000.
Yeah,
you cut off a piece of it and rip off some wires, and you sell it for 20 now.
Yeah,
and it's like that's dumb.
And they're uncomfortable.
Yeah, man, it's uncomfortable. It's like, dude, yeah, cool. You look badass in Silver Lake, bro.
Yeah,
yeah. While you go and grab that coffee.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. I don't understand it. I get maybe that's just it. I don't want to talk shit. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Because obviously I ride a Harley and you can talk shit on that for days.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. It's preference, man, and it's to me it's more like comfort than anything else.
Yeah.
Like street bikes are fucking fun until you're on a street bike and you're just like gonna go to dinner with your family and you're on the freeway like.
Dude, one of the coolest motorcycle experiences I had out here. I drove out here in a van in 2016. Like a month later, it fucking died. I'm taking public transit everywhere. Guy I was living with at the time, he bought a project bike. It was like an 80s CX 500. Do you remember that one? It basically has like almost like a Moto Guzzi style engine.
Like
it's got
scramblers. It has the two.
Not a scramble, but it's like a V style engine, but sideways, and it actually had a drive shaft on it, not a chain. And he's just like, you know, if you put some buy tires for it or this and that, you can ride it around. Well, this thing's a junk. It's like leaking gas. It's all these things. But, you know, filled it up. We went out to the coast, and then we're heading back. I've only been out here for a few months, so it's like I kind of know how to go around, but I really don't. I'm not confident. Now, drop me anywhere in the city, I'll figure out.
I'll find a way home, yeah.
But I remember the thing ran out of gas on the 10 during like rush hour, somewhere, I don't know, close, probably around like Culver City or some shit, or you know, wherever it goes through. And they're ahead of me. I'm last. We're splitting lanes, you know, like, and I was like, fuck, what do I do? The bike was uninsured. It wasn't even registered. You know, like there was no current tags, nothing. Like, even if I got help, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
This sports bike pulls up next to me, and dude takes off his helmet. I mean, his face was just covered in tattoos. He just looked, you know, gnarly, crazy. He's like, "What's up, fool? What's up with you, man?
Yeah.
What's up with the bike?" And I'm like, "I think it's gas. It's leaking. It's this and that." And he just like took a look around. He's like, "You know what? Yeah, you probably just need gas." He's like, "There's one right over there off the exit." I'm like, yeah, I gotta figure out how to push. And he's like, "Say less, dog. I fucking got you." This motherfucker stops traffic with his motorcycle. He's just revving his engine, like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, telling me, but you stop your car right now. I walk this thing across the highway, go down a little bit of a hill, and now the ramp is going up. And I'm like, fuck, I need a break, dude. Like, I probably went like a mile with this thing. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a 600, 700, 800 pound fucking bike. It's like, give me a breather. He goes, "Bro, don't even worry about it." And he just fucking gave me his motorcycle. He's like, "Ride around to the gas station. I'll push it the rest of the way." So I'm on his sports bike, like, "But all right, let's fucking." I pull in. He comes walking up with it. I was like, "Dude, can I buy you gas or something?" He goes, "Nah, homie, be good," and just left.
That's sick.
I was like, all right, that was fucking badass. You know, gassed up and made it home. I was like, "Fuck you guys for leaving me."
Yeah.
But you found your face tattooed angel.
Dude, yeah, I wish I could find out who this guy was. He was a fucking sweetheart.
Dude, I had a homie tell me early on, like, hey, always keep tools on your bike.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just the most basic toolkit, like, keep it on your bike. He's like, not just because if you break down, but if you see somebody else that's broken down, like, you can help them out. And I've always thought about that, like, damn, if I pull over with these tools, but I don't know how to fix their bike, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's just for moral sport. You know how to turn this wrench? Like,
Yeah, dude. I mean, I grew up around a lot of guys that worked on cars, engines, and motorcycles, all that stuff. I should know more than I do.
Yeah.
My dad always had a project in the garage. I knew more when I was doing it constantly. I don't know, but like I'll gladly say, like, dude, I don't fucking work on my bike.
yeah.
I don't have the time or the fucking space or the tools to do it all. Like, yeah, like, take it to the shop.
Yeah.
You know, so whatever. I do some man stuff. You know, I'll help you change the brakes, change the oil.
Yeah. Enough to just maintain it and get by.
Yeah, I'm like I'm like Danny Zuko, but like the Wish version. You know? Yeah. Fuck.
Where are you at, Mike?
Yeah, how you mean?
I was good. Last week was a little frustrating because I was sick. I don't even know what I had, dude. Probably like some weird strain of COVID or something. But I mostly just felt like weak and like just like foggy, like my head. I'd get headaches, and then I just feel like I just wanted to lay down. I just felt like weighed down, and that was from like Sunday Super Bowl when I started to feel sick. And then I tried going back to work. I work with I do behavioral therapy, children with autism, and so in the mornings I'm with this kid at school, his first grader, and so I had been sick, so I decided like I feel a little bit better. I'm gonna try to go into work. So I went in on Wednesday, and that's when it was like pouring rain.
Oh yeah.
And my little guy, he likes to just take off. He just goes, just like runs
away.
Or walks. Sometimes he'll just walk away.
He's a nomad. He's a wanderer.
He's a wanderer.
That's sick.
Yeah, and they're young kids, so I can't like grab him and like take him anywhere. I can't stop him. I gotta just like try to like direct him, but he doesn't. He just does his thing. So I'm with him, and like we're in the pouring rain because he doesn't give a fuck about me or anyone else. No. And so I got like sick again, basically. Like, so I finished that day out, did what I needed to do, and then I had to call him the next day. Be like, "I'm so sorry. I came in. I think I shouldn't have come in today." But
Shit.
Working with kids, man.
yeah,
All the fucking germs.
Yeah,
all the germs.
I forget that. Like, I don't work around a lot of. Well, I do and I don't. I can work in an office or remote, but like, yeah, you're on, especially kids, like their immune systems are developing. You know, and like just exposed to a whole bunch of shit. Yeah.
Dude, these little kids, like, they don't cover their mouths when they cough. They get
dude.
right in your face.
I'll probably get sick tomorrow. I'm supposed to pick up Elliot in the morning.
Oh, dude.
And straight up, he'll be like, hey, and then he'll just talk to me right here, and just like mid sentence, he'll be like, so I was watching the, and you're like, right in my mouth, buddy. I love you, but stop.
I got a niece and a nephew now. I went back last month to go see them and flew to Chicago. I'm not like really like good around kids. Like I don't know. I used to teach music to like, I don't know, like adolescent, teenager, stuff like that. Like just like I worked at a private music studio. So like that I was like okay with, because like you're talking. I think people that age appreciate when you talk to them like they're adults, like human beings and shit. Like, so today, little guy, fuck all that.
Yeah.
But like my niece is 5, 6 now. Yeah. And like, I want to play with her. I'm like the uncle, I'm the crazy uncle from, LA. And I ended up just like picking up this book that my mom had saved since we were like kids. And I'm just like, holy shit, this is cool. And this, and like, and I have to keep watching my mouth when I'm like browsing. She's like, what's going on there? I'm like, I'm not reading, man. Look at the picture. Like, that's awesome. That's a dragon, dude. I'm like, whoa. But then, you see people that are just like, oh, I love kids, and they pick them up, and they're all like happy with that. I don't. I'm assuming you had to like, that takes time and like learning and all that to deal with that psyche at that age.
Yeah. It's one of those things where like I'll come home and I'll tell my wife, I'll be like just drained. Yeah. Because it's just you have to have a lot of patience, and then now physically, like I was like laughing because I did like 3 miles.
Just chasing him,
wandering, with this little kid everywhere. But it's like there's moments where I get like super frustrated, but then like he'll just like start singing a song, and it's like the cutest thing ever. And so you're just like, okay,
that's awesome.
I'm not mad right now, but
he's doing things. He knows he's pissing you off.
I mean, no, he's just kind of doing his thing.
He's like, I'm gonna sing this song. I'll get out of it.
Yeah. So then I started. One of the things I did the week before, and kind of did it the only 2 days I was at work, is I'll sing with him, and then I started making up songs for like, I don't want to say his name, but like the like I'll just use his name for like it'll be a song and I'll like throw his name in there. Yeah. And he pretends not to like it, but I know he likes it. Yeah. And so usually it kind of gets him to walk closer to me, so I don't have to like chase him for him. But
this is like strategic, man.
Yeah.
Do these things. You got to use like little things to motivate him to be like, hey, like we're gonna do this first, and then we're gonna do this. Yeah. Like first do work, and then you get Play-Doh. Or like
Play-Doh.
Yeah. And it's like sometimes he's like, okay, cool, and he'll do it, and I'm like, oh, awesome, that was easy. And other times it's like you can't give him anything, and he's just like he just wander away, or like,
that attention span, man. Once they check out, that's it.
But speaking of nieces, I got to see my nieces today, which is really cool.
Nice.
They're when was the last time you saw? Do you remember the last time you saw my nieces?
Yeah, when I was at Daily Brew.
Was that recent?
Yeah, like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Because your mom stopped by.
Okay.
And had them with them.
Dude, they're tall.
You were there.
Oh no, but I'm just saying in general, like in this year they've grown a lot. Especially Maddie, my she's 9. She's turned 9. They're 9 and 7, and it's just like,
it's insane.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Dude, like, I don't know what you get to see from them, but like, just I remember hearing my niece read for the first time.
Whoa!
It made me like tear up. I was like, oh, that's crazy.
It is crazy. It's like, there's things I'm missing as an uncle. I don't live in Illinois. And visiting, it doesn't happen as often as maybe it should. Mm-hmm. So like I think the last time I saw my niece, like she's just I had her on my knee, just sitting here. She couldn't say a word, and she's running around.
Now she like talk to you.
Yeah, she's saying words and stuff. I was like, "Who are you, you little human being?" Damn. Yeah,
it's wild to see their personalities. Yeah.
My first burn from Elliot.
That was so funny.
He burned? Yeah, burned?
No, so I walk into the house and he goes, "Wow, you're tall," and I was like, "Yeah," and I like walk by because I'm going to the garage. And then I come back in, and he's like, "We said that you're tall, but we're gonna call you the fat guy." I was like, "Oh,
I was like, hey,
Brutal.
buddy, we don't say that.
And then
He's
what?
big boned here, okay?
A couple weeks ago, we were hanging out. He comes up to me, he goes, "Wow, you're big," and then he comes up to me, he's like, "Hey, man, I'm not trying to say that you're big because you're fat. You know, I'm just saying."
Dude, it was actually like we were sitting by the right out here at the fire pit. Fire's going. He like goes up and he like whispers to Jesse like, "I'm not trying to say you're fat or anything. I'm just trying to." I was like, "All right, dude.
That's
Respect.
Yeah,
Respect."
Learning.
I was like, "Dude, you're being honest. I get it."
I wouldn't have done that as a little kid. I just would have like, oh, I fucked up. I said something. I'm gonna run to the next room.
Dude, somebody reminded me of this. I was like maybe 10 or something like that. We're at Miguel's, like the proper Miguel's restaurant. I just met this couple. This lady, they had just had a baby. It was a church family, and she was breastfeeding. So they were talking about Miguel's salsa, and she's like, "I love salsa, but I can't eat any because I'm breastfeeding." And her husband was like smashing this chips and salsa. And I guess as a 10-year-old, I made the joke. I was like, "Man, it's a good thing you're not doing the breastfeeding, huh?" And I guess my family was like fucking mortified that I had made this joke. And I was like, still to this day, I don't think that was that bad. I think that was kind of funny.
I don't. Yeah.
Like,
Mortified is strong.
Yeah.
You know, but like, at 10, that's creative, right? Yeah. You said something.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But my the famous story that is in my family is my brother, my parents, my dad's a pastor, so like they're doing like counseling with this church member.
Yeah.
And normally they have a babysitter for my brother because my brother was like 6 or something. But my brother has always been very like talkative and very, outgoing. And so they couldn't find a babysitter, so he had to go with them. And they're just like, "Don't say anything. Like, don't say anything. Like, no matter what, just don't say anything. You come talk to mommy. Like, don't even talk to dad. Just like, don't say anything. Just be quiet." And so he had done really well apparently. And the lady was like a bigger lady. And as they were walking out, they were out the door. My brother turns around. He's like, "See, I'm sorry. When are you having your baby?"
No. We were at the finish line. Mario.
That's what they say, dude. They're like, "We were out the door. We made it. We were home
You're
stretch."
almost gone, Mario.
And then he said that. And then she like was like, "Oh, I'm not pregnant. I'm just fat."
That's such a thing. Like you see that in TV and film happen all the time. Like that's like a classic joke. Shitty situation. Dude, never assume.
Never say it.
Yeah.
Never say it.
Damn. That's brutal.
I did it with actually. I don't know if we talked about it here, but I did it with one of my old classmates.
No.
Yeah,
She hates you now, huh?
Dude, she didn't take it well. I tried to be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." Like she's like, "Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not." Like,
It probably didn't help that you also rubbed her belly when you did it.
Oh fuck.
did not do that. Did not do that.
Rub their belly, put his ear next to it.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey," I was like, "Dude, I heard. Congratulations."
I think he's kicking.
She's like, "For what?" I was like, "Oh," and I probably should have lied, said something stupid, but I was like, "You're pregnant? You're having a baby?" She's like, "What?" She's like, "No, I'm not fucking having a baby. I'm not pregnant." I was like,
Wow. I'm out.
"I don't know where to go with this."
Well, someone's out here spreading rumors.
Yeah. I heard otherwise.
Thank you for coming to church.
Yeah.
No, dude, she was at work. So it was like awkward. It was awkward because she was working at it was like a Carl's Jr. or something.
Well. Yeah.
And it was just awkward already because like I'd gone to school with her and I hadn't seen her for years because we didn't graduate together. We just gone to school like junior high or something. And yeah, it was just kind of like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what to say here. Super awkward. And then I fucking said that. I was like, oh fuck. Debated even like finishing like I'd probably just leave my food, go somewhere else.
You don't eat anything. Just
Yeah.
fucking out of here.
That reminds me of when you used to work at Starbucks, and we would the one off of Pierce, and we would come through the drive-through and like we'd try and gauge if it was you or not. Do these like weird ass orders, and then Mike would be sitting at the fucking window. We pull up like.
Damn.
Oh man. Well, jams playlist.
Yeah, man. So give us. You can Desmadre or First Impulse. You want to throw a track from one of your projects, and then on top of that, any song you want to add to our playlist.
Any genre.
Any genre.
Yeah.
So plug in
One of your jams,
one of my jams.
and then just something you've been jamming lately.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm gonna be contributing more to like writing process with Desmadre moving forward. You know, I joined the band, learned all these things were, you know, pieced together and written. So I learned these songs. I didn't write these songs. So I guess to plug in something that I wrote, the first Impulse tracks, dude, check out Odio. That's a ripper of a track right there. And then in terms of just like what I've been listening to lately. Shit. That's so weird when you get put on the spot. You do music your whole life and then you get put on the spot about it and like you can't think of a single fucking thing.
Because your brain probably went to, what do I want people to know about me?
Yeah.
Or you're like, do I want to put something on? Like put a friends band on?
Yeah.
Or do I want to just put something that, you know, I genuinely want it, that I like, and want to put out?
Yeah. No, you're right. You know, you think about all these things. You know, I'll just say, just because I was with the homie last night, like, I've been listening to my buddy's band, Military Gun, a lot. Will, he's a good friend. Just, you know, their last album is just fucking sick. It's just a feel good ripper, you know, just very creative. Yeah, I've been a sucker for like a lot of just straightforward, more punk oi style hardcore lately. I don't know what it is. Just like in the mood. Like I love like the new like I've been loving everything like Conservative Military Image puts out, and like Haywire's last release was sick. Not saying that like they're straight boy bands or not. You know what I mean? Like just in the mix in that.
Yeah.
In terms of just like more on the aggressive side, and I don't know. I'm always throwing on like I don't know, Ice Cube 90s stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I got mine, which is not as cool as yours, but I went to a 90s themed Valentine's Day party last night, so the playlist was 90s, and you know, just it's like oh yeah, I like this song, but then when you hear it, you're like, oh, I really fucking like this song. Evanescence, My Immortal, dude. Whoa. I was like,
you're going into Jesse territory here.
Dude, no.
Yeah.
It's different because she's a really beautiful voice. She's a
She's
theater girl too.
I also just found out what the lead singer of Flyleaf looked like for the first time the other night.
You know what Lacey Strum looked like?
Huh?
You didn't know what Lacey Strum looked
I
like?
had no idea. Because I never really got into Flyleaf, but
No.
I
Just like the one radio song that I remember.
Yeah.
You know?
All around me.
Wasn't that one?
I think so, yeah.
I saw that music video for the first time the other night, and I was like, "That's what she looks like."
Have you ever seen So Sick?
No.
You have to.
Dude, but
She was a powerhouse.
for My Immortal, because there's like the piano edit, and then there's the band edit.
Yeah.
When the band comes in, I was so fucking pumped when the band came in. I was like, dang, I guess I'd love this song. Like, I knew I liked it, but when
Yeah.
it came on, I was like, oh, apparently I love this song.
Apparently, I really love this song.
Hell yeah.
What are you throwing on, Mike?
I'm gonna throw on, even though right now when we're recording, it's not out, but it comes out on Tuesday. Easy Out's latest single,
Oh yeah.
our conspiracy theory song, "Trust the Experts," drops on Tuesday. So that'll be on the playlist
yeah,
by the
man.
time this episode comes out.
That's what's up.
Mike's little dabble into conspiracy.
It's not bad. It's very.
It's pretty tame.
It's very tame.
It's pretty tame compared to what he normally talks about on a day-to-day basis.
You got like a whole poster board in your room with like points and
I have a refrigerator.
oh, okay.
My wife made the mistake of buying these like conspiracy magnets. She's like, that'd be fun. And like my shit's like,
It's not fun anymore because you can't get off the computer, like research and everything. Yeah.
You should have just kept the board that we had in the buried video.
yeah. I know we kind of blew our load with conspiracy stuff.
I know.
Watch. No one's gonna know. There's gonna be this like there's gonna be this conspiracy like hardcore band. Probably had to be hardcore. I feel like I could hide in my screen better than hiding my singing voice maybe.
Yeah.
And people will be like, "What the fuck is this?" And it's gonna be me. And nobody will know about it. It'll be
Dude,
conspiracies. I'll probably get canceled for it.
let's do
Or
this.
that project will get canceled.
We'll start a project. You write it all, but I'll scream it.
Oh, I like
So
that.
it's my voice instead of yours, but it's your lyrics, and you two play guitar.
Oh,
You ready to get canceled with me?
hell yeah.
It's already banned.
Oh, yeah. I'm already banned, dude.
What's because when you told us, we knew because today when I put up the post, I was like, I could have sworn I was following you.
Yeah.
I was like, where is he? And then I went on. I was like, you know what? Maybe I was following. Maybe I'm following him on the Walking Mile. Or my personal one. So I went on my mind can find you. I was like, you know what? I gotta go on the Desmadre. I'm sure they're following you. I was like, wait, no, he's probably following Desmadre. So I was like, I went through this long ass journey, and if I was like, hey Martin, what's
Yeah, because we have a group chat with
Yeah.
me, him, and Martin.
Yeah.
I was like, what's Steven's Instagram?
It's really I've been without Instagram for like 3 days now, and then like I think I was telling you guys earlier, like I should be like this should be refreshing, you know. I'm not like doom scrolling, looking at a bunch of ridiculous shit, but then I'm also like, oh fuck, what is going on out there?
Yeah.
What are my friends doing? Holy fuck, it's so stupid. They said that like either like the algorithm fucked me up. I think I told you I promoted my friend's party last night. Yeah, the company's called Meth Syndicate. It has nothing to do with fucking meth. Yeah. He's a t-shirt company. You know? Eric's he's one of my best friends, you know. So I just posted it. There's two things that might be happening. I posted that and was like, yo guys, pull up. The reason why they deleted it, they said it was guns, drugs, violence, something like that. I'm like, what the
Violating community standards.
standards, yeah. Or someone just really fucking hates me and reported all my posts. I don't know.
But from what I understand, that review process is an algorithm. It's computer that does the review process.
Yeah.
So once you appeal it and you go, yo, have a human being look at this fucking flyer, they'll put your shit back.
Well, so I opened up my phone like 3 days ago. I was like, that's fucking weird. Like, what did I do? They didn't tell me what I posted. They don't tell me why. So I'm speculating right now. And they're like, would you like to appeal this process? You have 6 months. And I'm like, yeah, thinking I can find out why or explain myself. And they're just like, cool, your appeal was sent. 10 minutes later, nah, we don't like you. You violated these standards. So freshen up on these and then maybe you can have another one. I was like, what the fuck?
That's so wild.
Yeah. And it's not a big deal. Like, it isn't. It like, I should be able to promote this new show we got coming up on, on Saturday. We have, Desmadre's playing Que Sera. What's next Saturday? 22nd? 21st? 22nd. Yeah, like I'm just trying to, promote the show, have people come out. So, yeah, I could make another one. It's kind of useless for a while, just immediate friends that already know what I'm doing or doing it or would be following it. Yeah, I don't know. Instagram's weird. Meta's weird. I got Zuckerberg hard.
Yeah.
Like, fucking that.
But also,
dork.
didn't he just say that they weren't going to be censoring anything anymore on?
That's
on
what I
Meta?
thought too. Like, I guess I said earlier, I was like, how many times do you like open up like a social media app and you're like, there's a lot of swastikas right there.
Yeah.
Like that dude just almost died. Like, and I'm just trying to promote my buddy's company party for goofy T-shirts and and all that. And they're just like, nah, dog. And you're like, you're sketchy. You're out of here.
That's so weird.
All of us have seen cartel videos.
Yeah, man. So I thought that was weird timing too, coming in here. I'm like, sorry, you guys, you can't. No one can talk to me anymore. I'm out of the loop, man.
Dude, they found you. You had a lot of questions, man.
Yeah.
Damn. My buddy last night, Eric, at his party, he's taking pictures, just trying to make memories of the night. And he sent me a screenshot. It was like me and one of our friends, and he tagged a friend, and he just wrote #Steven. That's me now. That's my legacy.
#Steven, dude.
Yeah.
Dang.
Hell yeah.
No, I was gonna say you're the green bubble.
Shit. Yeah, it's weird. I just earlier was like, you know what? I'm probably not gonna get this thing back. I emailed. The only reason I'm bummed is because now I can't use WhatsApp.
Yeah.
My phone number, they don't like it anymore. So apparently, I've been trying to.
Crazy. So because of what happened on Instagram, they took you off of WhatsApp.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was all under the same Meta umbrella shit. Yeah, like coming from the people that talk about no censorship, say what you want, and I'm like, well, I didn't even say anything bad.
Yeah.
And he got rid of me. But that one I was trying to argue. I was emailing some support thing at WhatsApp. And again, I literally said, I'm like, can I talk to a human?
Yeah.
A human being, not this Skynet bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I made another Instagram page earlier. Like, there's no one on it. I just did it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to make one again.
Yeah.
I play music. It's a tool.
Yeah,
You know?
that's the best way to describe it.
90% of the reason why I keep social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, all my posts are the podcast or one of the bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't take it seriously, man. Like, you followed me for longer. I just post goofy stuff. I'm like, dude, look at this trash can. I'm walking here. You know? Like, so, whatever. We live in that world where it matters to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude, we made it happen. Thanks.
Yeah, man. Thanks for making the drive, dude,
for coming
the,
out.
The ride.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, and like I said, I know we got moved around a lot. Like, this is actually like cool, you know, like just the whole the perspective of this platform. Like, just we're all adults, but we all gotta like trying to just express what's going on in our heads a lot. And I think that's cool. You guys like check in on that. That's dope. And yeah, I don't know. I had a good time, man. This was cool.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. Well, I would say plug your socials, but you know that.
Oh yeah, dude, that's so funny. But hey, you know what? I'll just like, I don't know. Shout out to everyone. All these cool things I've done these last couple of years. This last year, actually.
Yeah.
This city, I love where I live. All the bands we've been working with, fucking, it's been great, dude. You know, really love and respect the guys like in Zulu too. They've been, you know, we practice, you know, where they do a lot, and they've always rode hard for us.
Yeah.
There's a million people I could shout out right now. I don't want to be that guy, but
Which, if you step back and think, how awesome is that? Like, what a blessing to
sick.
have.
exactly
Have that, you know?
Yeah, like I don't want anyone to think I forgot about them or something like that. But it's even when you're like down in the dumps and you feel like there's nothing going on. I'm like, yeah, like right now I just thought about it. I'm like, dude, I could go down a list of like everyone like these people I appreciate, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And again, yeah, thank you guys. This is cool.
Yeah, dude, thank you for making the ride
Yeah,
out.
man. It's gonna be a cold ride home, but fuck it.
All right. Well, for us at Walking Blind Pod everywhere, walkingblindpod@gmail.com for that email address. Nobody uses that anymore. Yeah.
Follow, like, subscribe, please.
We love you guys. Peace.
Running back again.